time was by Jaden Taylor. And so it'll be 1st down and 10 for Noxubee, moving from their 34-yard line. Camario Taylor, the junior quarterback, will be flanked by DeQuadrian Welch, Jalen King. He'll also have Ladarian Mosley and Jodquist Clark, Martavius Wicks, the running back. And it'll be Brandon, Dimitri Johnson, Ryan Butler, Caden Phillips, and Demarion Glenn. A very sturdy offensive line in front of him. On 1st and 10 from the left hash out of the gun as Taylor looks to throw on a go route down the sidelines. Back shoulder throw, grab is made near the 40-yard line, taking a step out of bounds right at the 40. That'll be a gain on the play of 26 yards, and that'll be a Mississippi Air National Guard 1st down.
First play and just a go route. Cam Robinson from Winona had good coverage. He just didn't turn around and find the football.
That was King on the reception. It'll be the quarterback Taylor pulling there and then almost threw it into the left hand of Yoshan Hudson, a freshman who had fought off a block in the flat and nearly got his hands on that football for a pick.
That was a dangerous play. Coach Young is going to tell him to throw that ball away or hang on to it and live for another down. Very fortunate that wasn't picked off going the other way.
We'll look at the Whataburgers starting lineups for the defense here in just a moment. Up tempo for Coach Teddy Young's squad. 2 receivers right and 2 left, working off the left hash at the 40-yard line of Winona. Putting the back in motion as the ball is snapped, swinging into the flat. Grab is made. A gain of 6, maybe 7 that time by Jalen King, the 5'10", 155-pound junior. Bringing up now a 3rd down and 3.
The one thing about these Noxubee receivers and backs is they're not very big, Josh, but they may be some of the fastest in the state. Going to be a big challenge for Winona to be able to run with them.
Impressive tempo by Noxubee on this opening series, taking the snap and sprinting left before the play is blown dead as a flag was down as the ball was snapped.
All sides on the defense. 5-yard penalty results in a 1st down.
Costly penalty early for this Winona Tiger defense. You've got Jamarius Sanders along with Javian Jackson, Amarian Eskridge, and Jacorian Eskridge, guys along that offensive front. Eric Boone along with Fred Clark, the Mississippi State commit at linebacker, Jerian Garrett and Tyler Lockhart, the linebackers. Will give you the secondary after this 1st down and 10 play. 1st down and 10 from the 28-yard line of Winona for Noxubee, working from right to left. 11:36 to go in this opening quarter, opening series of the ball game. Taylor throwing over the top, man's there, and the pass is broken up at the 4-yard line. Coming over from the center of the field to break it up was Kylan Stinson, the senior.
Well, that was good coverage by Stinson. It was a zone coverage for the Tigers of Winona, and he had help. The cornerback had help over the top. They had a zone that they had found where the receiver there, that was 3, Jalen King, but again, good coverage to knock that away by the safety.
Incredibly intense start to the tempo of this game for Noxubee. Boy, did they put pressure on a defense. 2nd down and 10. Again, ball right hash at the 28-yard line. A 3-man front for Winona. And a quick pass that's broken up again. It was in the hands of King. And give credit to some of these guys like Cameron Robinson along with Javian Jackson there to break it up. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
Well, Cam Robinson, he was from his cornerback position, came out in the flat there to make that play, making up for that first play of the drive where he gave up that long pass. Good coverage by that young man.
So it'll be 3rd down and 10 from the 28. No score opening offensive series of the game for Noxubee. And the back will move to the left. Wicks will move to the left. And now Wicks out in motion into the left flat. Taylor fires to Wicks, makes a catch, and a great open field tackle at the line of scrimmage. Flying up to make the stop was Cameron Robinson, the senior.
Wicks, a little guy, 5'7", 160 pounds, out of the backfield, very quick. Just running a wheel route with him to the left side of the formation. Taylor makes a good throw, but again, number 1, Robinson there to make the play. He has really stepped up since that first play of the possession.
And so this is go time for Noxubee on 4th down and 9. Knocking on the door of the Raisin Canes red zone. A catch dropped at the 17-yard line, coming out of the slot right, a curl route, and it was dropped by Jodquist Clark. That'll be a turnover on downs. Let's go down to the sidelines to Caleb Hamill. That's a big break there for Winona.
It really is, and you're already seeing what Brandon was talking about, where this could be a 4-hour game if you have a lot of drop passes. Again, a couple breaks for Winona, and that's a big one there.
That C Spire's sideline report by Caleb Hamill, and so here comes our first chance to look at this offense as we'll look at the Whataburger starters for the offense of Winona after this first down play. Chase Richardson, 3A Mr. Football, brings this offense on the field. First down and 10 from their 28 as they work left to right with an empty set 5 wide. Richardson going to carry the football across the 30 to the 31-yard line in a design quarterback run all the way. Spread him out that time, Brandon, to run the football.
Yeah, he's dangerous with the football in his hands. 1,229 yards on the season, Josh, running the football, 17 touchdowns. He can run it, he can throw it. You're going to have to put a spy on him if you're Coach Teddy Young to be able to maintain him today.
Brandon, he's also thrown for over 1,900 yards, so he does it all the way around. Second down and 5 now, and a flag comes down prior to the snap, stopping the clock here with 10:16 to go in this opening quarter.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
We've run a lot of plays, but we've not taken a lot of time off of our Farm Families of Mississippi first quarter clock here. As we'll give you again when we get a moment to breathe with these somewhat scripted drives you'd have to think in these up-tempo offenses to start this game. Second down and 10, man out of the slot right in motion. It's going to be an option pitch left side and tracked down, and a tackle made on Troy Lando Eden. Nowhere for him to go. LaCyleron Dancy was there to make the tackle.
Dancy from his safety spot did a great job of reading that. They brought the receiver around in motion and then went with the option up on the top side of the formation. Like I said, Dancy did a great job of tracking him down and limiting that to what could have been a bigger play, only to about a yard.
So it'll be third down and 9 from the left hash. From near the 28-yard line, maybe more like 9.5. As Richardson, a back to his right, going to bring his H-back for the left side of the right side in motion, and a flag is down prior to the snap, and some clapping.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still third down.
Some clapping from that defensive front of Noxubee.
Yeah, some nerves here in the early going of this game. Noxubee, they have experience. They've been to these games before. First time Winona's been here. So, you know, Coach Joey Thompson's going to have to settle his team down, get them ready to go. 3
penalties for 15 yards already for Winona. Opening offensive series in a scoreless game for Winona. Richardson takes a low snap, pulls it down, and takes off and runs. He's got the first down and more. At the numbers, goes sliding towards the 45-yard line, but his rear end sat down at the 43. Nonetheless, a gain of 15 yards in a Mississippi Air National Guard first down.
Well, you're seeing why he has been selected the Bernard Blackwell game for next week. He's just a dynamic quarterback. Had a rush coming straight up the middle at him, was able to get around the edge where they lost containment on him for a big gain and a first down.
So first down and 10 for Winona. Again, they'll empty it out and put 3 bunch to the right of the formation, ball right hash, 2 to the wide side of the field. They'll bring a man in motion out of the slot right. Richardson will keep again on a design quarterback run, but a good surge by that offensive line for Winona. Going to net a gain of right at 6 yards on first down.
We'll give big Colin Phillips a lot of credit there from his guard position, pulling around on that linebacker and end, opening that hole up. And it's just, you see a design run for Winona.
Second down and 4 again with empty from the gun and 5 wide, and prior to the snap, a whistle and a timeout. So a timeout on the field here with 8 minutes, 10 seconds to go in this opening quarter. So we'll step aside for a 1-minute break. We'll step aside for a minute. You're listening to the State Championships Radio Network. the Farm Bureau broadcast booth at Ole Miss. It's now 3rd and 4 after Richardson carries for no gain on 2nd down. 3rd and 4. Movement up front for Noxubee County, and that's going to give Winona a 1st down as flags are down.
All sides on the defense. 5-yard penalty results in a 1st down.
7:44 to go in a scoreless opening quarter. 3A finale. 10 and 4 Noxubee and 14 and 0 Winona. Brandon, the tempo of this game is exciting to say the least.
Oh, they're going to sling it around the yard. If you like running the football, you may not see a lot of it, other than unless you like quarterback design runs. And we knew this was going to be a potentially long game coming into it.
1st down and 10. Richardson hands it off up the middle for a couple of yards. That was Nash. Zyshawn Nash, the junior. His nickname, Sleepy Nash.
Sleepy Nash.
You wonder if he picked that up in like grade school, like in kindergarten. Was he the kid that was always taking a nap during class? I mean, you know, you wonder.
You wonder about that.
2nd down and 7. We're certainly not sleeping on him in this game. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Play action from Nash. Blitz coming off the edge, and Richardson had to get rid of it earlier than he wanted to. There was a man there, but it's incomplete. The pass was intended that time for Connor Helms. His dad has actually been a coach at Winona for 25 years.
And that play right there, your tight end was chipping, kind of what you'd call slice action going out into the flat, and Richardson just wasn't able to hit him. Well-designed play. You like what they're trying to do there to get the tight end out there, but just wasn't able to hook up with him on that one.
So on 3rd down and 7 from just outside the 43 center of the field, Richardson with the back to his right from the gun. Pumps, now looking deep down the sidelines, trying to drop it in over the top, but it's out of bounds, incomplete. That pass just a little too wide. The coverage that time for Noxubee was by Damascus Stevenson.
And Stevenson did a good job using the boundary to help him cover that play, and just rode him out of bounds. No interference. Good coverage by that youngster.
Pass was intended for Denarius Robinson. Purnell, Robinson, Cameron, Denarius, Nash, Eden, some of those Whataburger's starting lineups. Bland, Small, Bailey, Gross, and Lockhart was that offensive line for Winona. And we'll have to get you those defensive starters for Noxubee later on in this opening quarter. 7:01 to go as the snap is high, terribly high. Going all the way back to the 23, now just slinging it up, trying to get somebody there, and it's intercepted at the 44-yard line. That is somewhat a heads-up play to bait Noxubee into going to get that. Just a tremendous effort to even throw it up the field.
Well, that's nerves. That's exactly what that is. You've got a youngster in there at long snapper that hasn't been in a situation like this, but you hit the nail on the head. Excellent effort there by 22, the punter. That's Aubrey Bailey, just trying to make something out of it.
Let's go down to Caleb on the sidelines. Caleb, how does that all shake out in terms of the rules of if that ball would have been dropped, where would the ball have been on a punt that goes over the punter's head and he throws it?
It works just like going for it on 4th down. It's an incomplete pass.
This was intercepted.
Oh, intercepted, though. I mean,
Intentional grounding against the offense. That penalty's decline. Result of the play, 1st down, Noxubee County.
So the incompletion would have put the ball back closer to where it was snapped.
But he caught that. That was an interception that he threw. I'd understand it being intentional grounding if it was that he dropped that ball, but you know, in a desperation, he chunked the ball up and it was caught. Well, it looked like it was caught by someone from Noxubee.
It was caught by someone from Noxubee, so that's where the ball will be at the 44-yard line. But Noxubee takes over in plus territory at the Winona 44 on a wild play. Taylor handing it off here.
Got to be a false start.
To Martavius Wicks.
Be a false start on Noxubee.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
In a game that saw 26 penalties between Columbia and Louisville, we've had a lot of penalties early in this opening quarter.
Well, we certainly have. Again, a lot of it goes down to the nerves. And
1st and 15 now from the 49 of Winona for Noxubee as Taylor will look up and look to the near sidelines. We'll get a station ID after this first down play. Taylor rolling right to throw. Good coverage downfield. Going to have some room to run and just step out of bounds with a defender bearing down at the 40-yard line. Let's step aside now for station identification. You're listening to the State Championship Radio Network.
All the sports you love.
I'm glued all day.
To WRK.
With us, give us a little bit of an explanation deeper into that punt that was picked. We'll tell you about it after this play. Here's a bullet on a little curl route caught at the 34-yard line, right at the yard to gain, right at another Mississippi Air National Guard first down for Noxubee.
Yeah, LaDainian Mosley there, good job in his slot position. Went over there, found his own behind the linebacker there, and made a positive play. The play before that, I was really impressed that Taylor was outrun one of the best linebackers in the state, Fred Clark.
So it'll be first down and 10 from the 34 right hash. Swinging it back out of the backfield. Taylor clears it out where he can run, and he'll pick up 4 yards on first down for the slender 6'4", 180-pound junior who has really become a dual threat option, as you were just alluding to.
He's a fantastic dual threat option, very dangerous. But what I like, what I'm seeing, what Coach Teddy Young is doing with this offense, they're flaring wicks out of the backfield to try to move a safety or a linebacker over to give them an advantage. Try to run the ball up the middle.
And guys, Kamario Taylor lost his helmet on that play. He's got to come out, and now back at quarterback is Jaden Taylor.
Good eye, Caleb. I saw that as well. 3 receivers left, 1 right. It is Taylor in at quarterback, Jaden Taylor. He's going to throw it in one-on-one coverage. Receivers there, makes the catch at the 3 and into the end zone for the touchdown. How about that? You come in, throw a pass to Jalen King for 6.
Well, nobody's expecting the sophomore coming off the bench to throw the football. You're going to hand it off and allow your star quarterback to get back in the game. But great composure and a gutsy play call by Teddy Young and these Noxubee County Tigers.
So Noxubee strikes for the first Trustmart touchdown of the ball game. More info online at trustmart.com. Now here comes now our Dairy Alliance extra point. This will be to attempt the extra point. Caravantes, and it is up and no good. So no good on the Dairy Alliance extra point. More info online at thedairyalliance.com. So with 5:32 to go in this opening quarter, 6-0 lead for Noxubee County. And we will step aside now for a 90-second break. We'll be back in 90 seconds on the State Championships Radio Network. Online at elite.urpt.com. Let's go back down for another C Spire sideline report Caleb, can you tell the red hat to go back to the other 25-yard line? I lost him there. He's hanging out with you, man.
Oh, yeah, we're buddies down here. We're always talking. Hey, by the way, you saw Kamario Taylor have to come out on that touchdown play. That's his younger brother, Jaden Taylor, making out the touchdown pass. A little bit of brother rivalry going on as his younger one gets to get the first score of the state championship game.
An embarrassment of riches for Noxubee County. That last scoring drive, that Kirk Auto scoring summary, 4 plays, 44 yards, and that 30-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff is returned out to the 30-yard line, and the football came loose. And it is Winona who has been able to get back on top of it. Let's go right back down to Caleb. Caleb, did somebody punch that football out right on top of you?
It doesn't look so. I think it was just a little bit of loose hands right there. And honestly, a little bit of my vantage point was blocked right there. But end result is Winona's a little bit lucky there to not turn the ball over right there on the kickoff return.
So right now, stats as we look at our William Carey stat tracker, 83-35 for Noxubee County in terms of total yards here in this Farm Families of Mississippi first quarter. Josh Wessel onside Brandon Davis, again with Caleb Hamill down on the sidelines and our entire crew. Plenty of time here for Richardson, but now being flushed from the pocket to his left, squares his shoulder, flings it out near the 45-yard line, but again wide and out of bounds right in front of that Winona bench. And good job by Noxubee to put pressure on Richards at that time and flush him out of the pocket.
Well, they put pressure on him, but what happened on that play is Troy Londo Eden was running down the sideline, number 17. He was trying to go to there, but it was the safety from Noxubee that went over to the field, Damascus Stevenson, that really broke that play up, and Stevenson just had to try to throw that one away.
Second down and 10. Ball right hash for Winona at the 30-yard line. They trail 6-0 with 5:15 to go in this opening quarter. 3 receivers bunched to the left of the formation. Right off of left tackle, Richardson sees the blitz coming, running, squares, slings it up over the top and wide again and incomplete. That was about 5 yards out of bounds, and again looking Eden's way, the big junior receiver.
Cameron Smith, 17, come off the edge untouched on a blitz, and he made Stevenson turn his shoulder. Stevenson was going back up top of the formation to his left, and he just threw it over Eden's head. But that was a great blitz dialed up at the right time by Noxubee County.
This is not your average 10-4 team. The losses to Starkville, Louisville, West Point, and Kemper County. And oh, by the way, Kemper County even won 9 games this year.
Hey, and even when they were losing, they were averaging 36 points a game.
Extremely good as we have a timeout on the field. Timeout with 5:09 to go.
Timeout, Winona.
5:09 to
First
go
charge timeout of the half.
in this first quarter. 6-0 lead for Noxubee. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. You're listening to the State Championships Radio Network. To go here in this Farm Families of Mississippi first quarter, and we are still settling into this game as we take a look at our Whataburger starting lineups along that defensive front with Jamitri Johnson, Chadwick Wyndham, and Teddy Robiel on that defensive front for Noxubee County. And a flag comes in here prior to a 3rd down and 10 snap for Winona, trailing Noxubee 6-0.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
6th combined penalty of the ball game. Let's meet those Whataburger linebackers. Jonathan Goodwin along with Kyron Oliver, Cameron Smith, and Demarius Stevenson of the linebacking core. LaKyla Dancy, Artez McCray, Derek Gray, and Jodquist Clark in the secondary for Noxubee County. Empty set 5 wide, 3 right and 2 left for Richardson. From the right hash at the 25-yard line on 3rd and 15.
This is a very good Noxubee defense, giving up 19 points a game in the regular season. Able to do a little better to 14 in the playoffs.
Richardson brought Robinson in motion right to left behind the formation. Backpedaling, trying to set up a screen. It was deflected into the air and could have been intercepted at around the 30-yard line. The big guy that was in there, Roby, got his big mitt up on the football.
Chad Wyndham in there as well, 74, 6'4", 250 pounds. Big guy, did a great job.
Just like you're taught, when he saw he couldn't get to the quarterback, he broke down his feet like a closeout in basketball and then got those big hands up.
Yeah, excellent play by that young man.
So on 4th and 15, it'll be Noxubee to receive this punt. Aubrey Bailey hoping to get a better snap here. High snap again. He pulls this one down and gets it away. A pretty good effort. End over end, and taking the fair catch and slipping down at the 43-yard line for Noxubee is Najavius Jones. And so that'll be right at a 32-yard punt with no return. And so with 4:58 to go in this opening quarter, it's Noxubee with great field position and a 6-0 lead.
Well, I'm going to tell you, that was a great fair catch by that young man from Noxubee, but he had to be careful. That field's getting a little slick out there. That could have been a bad situation for Teddy Young's bunch.
1st down and 10 for Camario Taylor and Noxubee County. A back to the left of Taylor, working with trips left and a single receiver right off the right hash. As Taylor confirms the play with the sidelines. Working against a 4-man front. Going to put his back in motion. Wicks out of the backfield. Going to fire a pass caught on a tunnel screen. And Winona did a good job to bounce it and push it back outside. Nowhere that time for DeQuadrian Welch to go.
Jerry and Garrett, 18, comes in from his safety spot and defensive back and just made a great job there. Again, what we've seen and what we know about Noxubee County is they're not big, but they're extremely fast. So open field tackling is going to be vital today.
2nd down and 10, no gain on that play. Again, from the 44-yard line. 3 receivers right, 1 left. And a back to the right of Taylor. Again, releases Wicks out of the backfield, looking for Wicks, and he dropped it. Pass was a little bit behind him, but that's one Wicks is usually going to make. And if he makes that grab a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, probably picks up 4 or 5 yards at least.
Yeah, had an opportunity to make a play out there. There was a defender from Yoshan Hudson was out there from Winona there. But you never know. If you make him miss a tackle, he had a long way to run.
3rd down and 10 now for Noxubee with 2 receivers right, 2 left. They'll put Mosley in motion out of the backfield. Taylor pocket collapsing. Now a jump throw, and what a pass to the 44-yard line for the 1st down. That time it was a bullet in Tebow-esque fashion. He made that throw about 2 feet off the ground.
Well, Jamarius Sanders came in and got good push up the field, but he climbed into the pocket and he found his man open in the flat, or not the flat, in the zone there. Was a great effort and a great play.
Quick snap, handoff on 1st and 10 after that Mississippi Air National Guard 1st down. And a gain of 3 on 1st down to the 42-yard line. Let's go down for a C-Spire sideline report. Caleb, I don't think I've quite ever seen one like that.
Yeah, it's a pretty good desperation move right there, and he's able to find Welch in the flat. They try to link up a good bit with this Noxubee County offense, and right now they're going to have a stoppage in play.
And another hanky, yellow hanky on the field. It's going to be penalty number 7 of this Farm Families of Mississippi opening quarter.
Sideline warning, Noxubee County.
And I got to add to this sideline warning here, guys. The whole entire team on Noxubee County side has been crowding the sideline this entire time. It's just a matter of these guys aren't used to this stage and the way these sidelines are set up. They want to be as close to the action, and I can't blame them.
Well said, Caleb. I would want to be too. They're all wanting to get as close as they can to their position coach to try to get subbed into the ball game as well. 2nd down and 8 now. And the ball is spotted at the 42-yard line, left hash of Winona. 6-0 lead for Noxubee. 3:19 to go here, opening quarter. Taylor now going to pull it down and run, and it's going to be wrapped up and brought down near the line of scrimmage. Great job in pursuit that time by Javian Jackson.
Yeah, Javian Jackson, he rushed upfield, but he saw what was about to happen from his defensive end and just crashed down into the pocket and made a great play. That could have been a big play for Taylor.
This is such an intriguing and competitive matchup. You can only imagine how these two teams overwhelm their opponents all year. On 3rd down and 8. Trips right and a single receiver left. And now they're signaling in the play as we speak with 7 on the play clock. As Taylor takes a snap with 2 and leaves it to his back, who slips down. That was Mosley that slipped, and he had Javian Jackson right in his grill to put him on the turf hard.
Mosley, the sophomore, hadn't seen a lot of playing time this season, but got some time there. Yeah, I think he just lost his footing there and made it like a little better of a tackle for Javian Jackson than it actually was. But again, with the sun going down, you're starting to see a little more dew starting to fall on that field and get a little more slick.
So a timeout on the field, a timeout for Noxubee.
Timeout, Noxubee County. Their second charge timeout of the half.
With 2:04 to go here in this Farm Families of Mississippi opening quarter, Noxubee 6 and Winona nothing. Back at 30 seconds on the State Championships Radio Network. Farm Bureau broadcast booth at Vaughn Hemingway. It is the Elite Physical Therapy State Championships. Josh West alongside Brandon Davis with Caleb Hamill down on the sidelines. On a 4th down and 8 now coming up for Noxubee County. Easy decision, I think, for them with the lead and where they are on the field, the way their defense is playing.
Absolutely.
As the lights brighten up here at this stadium instantly. Rolling right to throw is Taylor, and he throws, and it is low and incomplete. And a flag comes down. The lights brightened up so quickly. Could that have been a little jarring for Taylor as the ball was snapped?
Well, I know it surprised me, so I can only imagine what his kids.
Ineligible receiver downfield against the offense. That penalty's declined. Result of the play, turnover on downs.
That's such a tough call. I mean, ineligible receiver downfield. Me being a former lineman, I hate that call in the first place, getting beyond 3 yards. But you had them moving the pocket out to the right. You just had one of your linemen got a little too far down the field, and they're going to call that every time.
Let's go down for another C Spire sideline report. It was startling, the lights coming on as the ball was snapped. Did it get you too, Caleb?
Yeah, it definitely did down here. And they're right in your face when you're down here on the field. And so I can clearly imagine that both sides not only were surprised by it, but kind of blinded for a moment.
1st down and 10 now for Winona. This drive will start at the Winona 42, and Richardson breaks free. He's at the 35-30, 25-20, breaks a tackle. He's going to cruise in for a touchdown of 58 yards. That Trustmark touchdown puts Winona on the board and ties the game at 6.
Oh, that was a beautiful play call. I mean, it was nothing too fancy. He looked to his left. Nobody was there. He takes off right off tackle, and he does the rest. I mean, this young man has been so dynamic this year, rushing for over 1,300 yards on the season, 17 touchdowns. He's showing you why he's one of the more dynamic athletes in the state.
That Kirk Otto scoring summary, nothing like one play, 58 yards in 10 whole seconds as we await the Dairy Alliance extra point. Snap back and down. The kicker slips, and it's no good, and it's an adventure out here, folks, on extra points. 1:49 to go in this Farm Families of Mississippi opening quarter. Winona strikes on a 58-yard touchdown run by Richardson to tie the game at 6 on the State Championships Radio Network. score here at Vaught Hemingway Stadium. Noxubee and Winona in a brand new ball game with 1:49 to go in this Farm Families of Mississippi first quarter. It is the Elite Physical Therapy State Championships. Bill Wilson and the crew have done a great job all week. Breck Riley and all of the broadcasters that have filled these seats. And this is game 6 of 7 as the return is taken out to the 39-yard line by Knoxubee County. Brandon, what an answer for Winona. They get a stop defensively, and then they get a big play.
Well, you know, Richardson struggled so far throwing the ball. He's 0 for 5 with obviously no yards, but to be able to get him out there, he's got 5 attempts for 89 yards so far running the ball. But I think the thing that we've got to pay attention to is the special teams in this game. Who's going to be able to kick field goals? Who's going to be able to get the snaps down on punts? That might be the difference to find those hidden yards in this game.
So first down and 10 for Noxubee with 2 receivers left, 1 right. Everybody will stand up and look to the sidelines as they'll change the play here. An H-back right side. Wicks is the back to the left of Taylor, an H-back right side. Taylor going to keep and run behind left guard and left tackle and push the pile out to the 44-yard line for a gain of 5 on first down.
Well, like a student body to the left, you had 3 pullers coming around to the left side of the formation here, and he got behind them. It was a great job by this Winona defense to stop that from being more than what it was.
Second down and 5 with this no-huddle spread look from Noxubee. They spread you out to run it, and they can throw it. And if they need to throw it every play, they will throw it, being Noxubee. With Wicks releasing, a curl from the slot right, and a grab made at midfield, and crossing midfield to the 45-yard line on a gain of 11 goes Noxubee for another Mississippi Air National Guard first down.
Well-designed play by Teddy Young. They brought Wicks out in the flat, what they've been doing, but what that did is that made Fred Clark from his linebacker position give up on the curl route, and they were able to connect on that curl. Just a great job by Noxubee County.
With twin receivers each side, Wicks releases to the left side, down the seam, man wide open, catch made at the 25, and Winona will hang on to make the tackle with forward progress being to the 20-yard line, a gain of 25 yards, and the ball will rest for the first time tonight on the doorstep of the Raising Cane's red zone with that Mississippi Air National Guard first down.
Well, Joey Thompson's got them in a zone defense. The way you beat a zone is up the seams, and that's exactly what they did there.
Closing seconds of the Farm Families of Mississippi first quarter. Taylor fires a pass complete and a spin move, but stepping out of bounds at the 14-yard line goes Martavius Wicks, the senior. I love what Noxubee does with Wicks in terms of so much eye candy pre-snap to have to deal with.
Absolutely, because it's moving the linebackers and the safeties to various parts of the field, and they're putting their eyes on him, and they're able to divert and come back. It is a very well-designed offense.
On second down, a short 4 from the 14. Taylor to throw, and as he stood in the pocket, a flag had been thrown, and the play is blown dead.
False start on the offense. Lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Quickly to a C Spire sideline report. Caleb, did you get a chance to see who the guilty party was?
Well, guys, it seems like some of the receivers here on the near side haven't been checking in with their official that's the line judge on this side for a couple plays. I think the last one, there was nearly a miscommunication between Clark and King as to who was going to be the one on the line of scrimmage. And at that point, one of them probably lined up in the neutral zone prior to that snap.
Costly mistake. Second down now and closer to 9. Taylor to throw. Plenty of time, steps up in the pocket, it's nearly intercepted. Reading the play the whole way from his linebacker spot was the Mississippi State commit, Fred Clark, the senior.
Fred Clark, so good. Going to be representing Mississippi in the Al Miss game in a couple of weeks, and backed off in the zone, and he just maintained his area that he had, and it was kind of a post route going back across the field, and he was able to step in and knock that one down.
A peek at a William Carey's stat line for you. Taylor 9 of 16 for 96 yards in this game so far. Third down and 8. From the gun, Taylor looking to try to swing it back to Wicks, puts it over the top of a defender. Wicks makes the grab and slips his way down to back to near the 14-yard line. Incredible touch to lob that over a defender. If he doesn't, it's a pick six the other way.
Yeah, slip screen out to the flat, to the bottom of the formation, and like you said, a great job of getting that ball up. This youngster's 6'5", a 6'5" quarterback, so he didn't have to jump very high, but a nice delivery.
And that's the end of our Farm Families of Mississippi first quarter. When we come back, it'll be a 4th down for Noxubee inside the Raising Cane's red zone. At the end of one, Noxubee 6 and Winona 6. We'll step aside for 90 seconds. You're listening to the State Championships Radio Network. Physical Therapy State Championships here at Vaught Hemingway Stadium in Ole Miss, back inside the Farm Bureau broadcast booth. 6-6 our score, Noxubee and Winona as we go to our second quarter, brought to you by Mississippi Sports Medicine. Let's go back down to the sidelines for a C-Spire sideline report. All of a sudden here, we've got a critical moment in this game coming up, a 4th down and 5 from the 15 to start this second frame.
You do, Josh, and with Knoxubee County, they've been dictating the tempo here on offense, but one thing that you have to think in the back of your head is some of the incomplete passes that Noxubee has had, of drop passes or guys that have been just underthrown. And you have to think it's been a while since you've seen an incompletion like that. Will the momentum stay, or will the incompletions come back and haunt them here on a pivotal down?
Very quickly, Brandon, as you peek at the stat sheet after that opening quarter, what jumps off the William Carey stat tracker?
I would say 3rd down conversion, Winona 33%, Noxubee County 25%. Neither one of them has been able to convert on a 4th down, and we have a 4th down here.
Our biggest play so far happening in the Raising Cane's red zone. 4th down and 5 for the 15. Now Noxubee working from left to right. Rolling right to throw is Taylor. He's looking back to the left side of the field. Nobody's home. He'll throw it up off his back foot. Trying to get there, unable to do so. And it's incomplete. He was looking for Jodquist Clark. The pressure forced that incompletion, Brandon.
Well, the pressure, but what they are trying to do, that being Noxubee, they rolled the quarterback down to the bottom of the formation, trying to use a natural pick of taking a crossing route and a post route, taking the post route back toward the pylon, and that's what they had. They had him wide open, just wasn't able to get that completion to him because, like you alluded to, there was great pressure from Winona. But that is a great design by Teddy Young. They just need to execute on it.
So 1st down and 10 after the turnover on downs. Now for Winona in a tie game at 6. Noxubee scored first. Winona answered on that 58-yard touchdown run by Richardson. Richardson keeps here and loses a yard for 3A's Mr. Football.
I know that he has struggled. He hadn't been able to complete a pass. You need to find some type of high completion pass you can get him going, because what Noxubee's going to do is stack the box up if they continue seeing him to run. You've got to get him going throwing the football.
Chase's twin brother Chance plays safety on this Winona team. There are multiple sets of twins, multiple sets of brothers on this team. On 2nd and 11, a little hesitation looking for a hole to develop, and none came that time for the ball carrier. It was only a couple of yards there for Zyshun Nash.
Derek Gray from his defensive back position comes in and sticks his nose in that hole and makes a great stop. They had a seam, but you know, these defensive backs, they're fast and they don't mind sticking their nose in there and making a tackle.
So it'll be 3rd down and 8 from the 17-yard line, right hash for Winona. Here inside our Mississippi Sports Medicine second quarter, 10:50 clock moving in this first half. Game 6 of 7 on this first ever 3-day championship weekend. What a ride it has been. Richardson has the back, Nash to his left. 2 receivers left, 1 right, a H-back to the right side. Dropping back to throw is Richardson. He'll sling it up into one-on-one coverage. Tried to drop it over the top shoulder of his receiver. It's incomplete. That pass was intended for Eden. It was Najavius Jones, the junior, who's undersized but had really good coverage.
Well, Noxubee's playing a cover 1, and I think what you need to do is you need to get him some high percentage completions or a chance. They're trying to do too much with this young man right now, and that's going to affect his confidence as we go deeper into this game. But a good game plan by Noxubee so far to keep him from being effective.
Richardson 0 for 6 on the William Carey stat tracker to start this game, and it'll be 4th down now. 4th down and 8. Bailey has had a snap go over his head, and he's had to jump up to snag another snap. Good snap here. They've been working on it here, I would assume. Low kick, though, that takes a great bounce at the 38 out across midfield, still going, and to the 45-yard line. So when it's all said and done, it'll be a 38-yard punt with no return, and it will be Noxubee starting 1st down and 10 at their 45-yard line. With 10:18 to go here in this first half, let's go down for another C-Spire sideline report. Caleb, a good point that Brandon was making, trying to find different ways to get Richardson involved for Winona.
Yeah, and to offer a little bit of a counterpoint to Brandon's point, that one pass for Eden was a beautiful opportunity if he could complete that over-the-shoulder catch. But I do agree with you, however, a high percentage throw might help get him in rhythm.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 from Noxubee. Ball is resting inside the right hash at the 45-yard line of the Noxubee Tigers. Taylor taking the snap out of the gun, fires a bullet on a 5-yard curl. Catch made, and dragging the defender across the yard to gain. It'll be right to the 45-yard line. Catch was made that time by Jodquist Clark, the senior.
Well, they're back and they're moving into what a cover 4 zone coverage, and Cam Robinson there, number 1, just gave him a big cushion on that curl route.
Correction, that was Jalen King, the junior, on the catch. 1st down and 10, though. Another Mississippi Air National Guard 1st down. Sweeping left side on a handoff, breaking free into the secondary. Inside the 30 into the 25-yard line. Near the sidelines went Martavius Wicks. Brandon, I'm still not sure how he got loose that time. We'll have to watch it again.
Oh, that young man is so fast. He's 5'7", and he just has really quick shoulders. And if you don't watch his waist to tackle him, you try to tackle him up high, he's going to make you look silly, and that's exactly what he did on that play.
He got underneath the reach of Javian Jackson that time. Javian couldn't reach down and get him. So 1st down and 10, that Mississippi Air National Guard 1st down. Taylor backpedaling, trying to keep the play alive. He does. His receivers slip down open at the 15-yard line. The pressure in his face that time coming up the middle from Tyler Lockhart kept it off target. But again, the ability for Taylor to extend the plays is remarkable.
Oh, and he has that running threat, and what he did there, he was moving the pocket down to the bottom of the formation, and he found him a zone in the middle that was wide open between the safeties and the linebackers. Just wasn't able to make that connection.
2nd down and 10 for Noxubee, and a tie game at 6, 9:38 to go in tonight's first half inside this Mississippi Sports Medicine second quarter. Taylor steps up, looks deep, man open, catch made, touchdown, 25-yard strike to Jodquist Clark.
Easy pitch and catch, like it was a man-to-man coverage there. No one was helping him over the top, and he works toward the back of the end zone, and the ball was perfectly thrown right into the breadbasket there. You can't do it much easier than that.
6th receiving touchdown of the year for Jodquist Clark on that Trustmark touchdown. 46th touchdown pass of the year for Camario Taylor to go along with 15 rushing, 61 total touchdowns. And so now it's lining up for this always entertaining Dairy Alliance 2-point conversion try now. And it will be Taylor trying to run it, and there's just nowhere to go. Too many white jerseys. In fact, it'll be a loss of 2 on the play, led by the pressure by Jamarius Sanders, the senior. And so as we head to break with 9:35 to go in this first half, it is Noxubee back on top by a score of 12-6 over Winona. We'll step aside for 90 seconds on the State Championships Radio Network. in what appears to be go time now for Winona with 6:58 to go. Clock moving here in this Mississippi Sports Medicine second quarter. Noxubee leading Winona 12-6.
Too much speed from these linebackers and defensive backs to run the stretch, and that's what they tried to do that time, and just a good job of tackling to keep that from minimal gain.
Fourth down, a long 4. Richardson with a hard count, and it appears he's got Noxubee to jump.
Well, Joey Thompson calls a freeze play, and he got him.
Offsides on the defense. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
So a Mississippi Air National Guard first down gifted from Noxubee to Winona, and Winona will take it.
Absolutely, you take it every day. That's a free 5 yards, and it works just as good as running it 5 yards.
We had the Battle of the Wildcats in the 4A finale. We've got the Battle of the Tigers here in 3A. And Winona now knocking on the door again to the Raising Cane's red zone. First down and 10 from the 29. Richardson got to run for it. Now going to stop and throw on the move and overthrows his intended target, Cameron Robinson. He thought he had a little room to run, and all of a sudden there was that speed from the linebacking core tracking him down.
Well, and the defensive backs are blanketing these receivers. They're not able to get any type of separation. They're going to have to do some shorter routes and break some of these routes free to help their quarterback out, but he certainly is struggling. Now that's 0 for 7 tonight passing for this young man as we're in this midway through the second quarter.
So a true X factor emerging in this game right now, being the secondary of Noxubee. First down and 10 for Winona. Receiver again went in motion into the backfield and orbited back out, as Brandon alluded to, as the ball was snapped, and a give for a gain of about 3, maybe 4 yards. And so it'll bring up now third down and 6.
I think if you're Coach Joey Thompson, look for some type of a mesh route or something crossing with someone from the slot. Like I said, you've got the speed, but you may be able to run past that if you can put some type of diversion in front of them. But you've got to be a little more creative with this passing game for Winona.
On 3rd and 6 from the Noxubee 25-yard line. Richardson gives to Nash. Nash pushing those legs forward. Going to get about 3 of those yards, maybe 4, and they'll spot the football at the 22-yard line. So 4th down coming up for Winona.
Well, a little surprising when you're that far from the sticks where you run a counter play, but I guess in this part of the field, you know you're going to go for it in this 4-down territory, so why not see if you can break one there?
Noxubee leading Winona 12-6, 5:15 to go first half. Richardson gets a block, has a first down, and he's down to the 15-yard line and into the Raising Cane's red zone as Troylando Eden up to make the stop again.
Hey, but the play was made by 75 to Camarian Small, running power right behind him. He opens that hole up that you and I can walk through, and that was a great play for a first down.
Officials timeout for an injured player.
So a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 5:04 to go here in this opening half. Noxubee 12 and Winona 6. Back in 30 seconds on the State Championships Radio Network. Was a Mississippi Air National Guard first down into the Raising Cane's red zone as we come out of the timeout with 5:04 to go second quarter. 12-6 lead for Noxubee. Winona the football, working from right to left. Richardson looking right to throw. Slings it up. Receiver there. Can't hold on to it at the 2. Was looking for Cameron Robinson.
Trying to run a wheel route into the end zone. Throws it to the front pylon. And, man, you wish you would have had that one. That looked like it was a well-thrown ball. The receiver just wasn't able to fight for that one to get it.
And, guys, I got to add, I think that Clark may have gotten away with pass, or excuse me, not Clark, but it was Dancy that may have gotten away with a push of the receiver there at the end of the play and didn't get a pass interference call.
Was awfully close there. It could have went either way.
Handoff here on 2nd and 10 for a yard. Nowhere for Zyshawn Nash to go, and so it brings up quickly 3rd down and 9.
That's Damascus Stevens again. You know, young man's been all over the place. We've called his name a lot in this first half, and again, these guys from Noxubee are not afraid to step up and make a hit.
3rd and 9. Richardson stands up, looks to the far sideline to see if they want to change the play here prior to the snap. He'll check his wristband on his left arm. 2 receivers left, 1 right. H-back left side, going to bring his slot out of the motion from left to right. Going to pull it down, going to run it, and is going to get a couple of yards and make it 4th down and more manageable.
Well, you said they brought the guy from slot. They brought him around like they were going to run that option, trying to move those linebackers to open any type of hole they can up the middle, but they're just not able to get enough of a push from that offensive line. And again, these guys from Noxubee, they are firing to the football, and they're making plays when they get there.
So a big play coming up right here. It is Winona who gets the football to start the 3rd quarter, and we've got a timeout Noxubee. A timeout for us to go down to the sidelines for a C Spire sideline report here. You expect this one to be a very brief, quick discussion. Caleb, big opportunity for Winona, a chance to, if they can get a score, try to slow down Noxubee before the half, then they get it again to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, that really is the objective here, Josh. And really it's a question of, okay, you've got 4th down and long. Right now, the passing game is not there. Noxubee knows it. Winona knows it. The question is, what do you do here? Can you finally find a completion and get a 1st down here? I think it's no question that you're going to go for it. It's just a matter of what's the play call going to be, where maybe you could catch Noxubee County off guard, maybe a trick play.
Currently, this Kirk Auto Drive summary, 13 plays, 38 yards. This has been all guts for Winona. They have just kept finding a way to extend this drive.
Now's the time, if you have any play action in your playbook, to try to use it to pull them up, because there is no one. The box is full of people. 0 coverage right now.
With Purnell and Robinson split to the right. Purnell in the slot right. Rolling right is Richardson. Fires underneath, catch made, and a big hit is going to prevent the 1st down. The first completion is going to come up a couple of yards short. What a hit that time by the defender.
Sliced a tight end out in the flat there and got the ball to him, but just wasn't able to turn his shoulders and get upfield. Again, just excellent defense by Noxubee County. That time it was number 9, Damascus Stevenson. Again, we've called his name all night. Huge play in this first half where Winona looked like they were finally getting some momentum on offense.
So a turnover on downs comes inside the 10, just a yard shy of the yard to gain. 3:36 to go in this Mississippi Sports Medicine 2nd quarter. And a 1st down now for Noxubee. Taylor putting Wicks in motion out of the backfield, fires underneath, catch made, and a quick tackle at the 15-yard line. Sure-handed grab made that time by DeQuadrian Welch, and there's a flag down on the play at the line of scrimmage.
I really like this Noxubee offense, the diversions that they do and how they move the linebackers around with the backs, and then they find those zones. This is just well designed.
And an eligible receiver downfield is the call. We lost the official's mic that time, and so this is a mistake that Winona needs to take advantage of here. Still with a couple of timeouts here in this Mississippi Sports Medicine 2nd quarter.
The only thing I could think of is if there was a receiver that was covered up that ran downfield. It looked like there was enough time for a lineman to get downfield. It had to be a mental mistake made over here toward us.
So the ball backed up inside the 5, half the distance to the goal. Rolling right is Taylor. He's going to throw on the move. A strike on a catch made at the 18. Outside the numbers, running to the 30-yard line goes that man, Jodquist Clark, the senior who just had the 25-yard touchdown reception on the last drive, comes up with a big 26-yard catch here.
Well, it was a gamble by Winona to blitz, but they came from his blind side. He was able to roll over to the weak side of the field and make a connection. A great play call and a great execution.
So a Mississippi Air National Guard first down. Taylor forced to look back to his right, man wide open. Wicks makes the grab at the 35. Sidesteps a tackler, leaves him in his tracks, back at the 45, across midfield to the 46-yard line. What a move by Martavius Wicks.
Well, Jalen King there, it was just more eye candy. They're taking and rolling Taylor to the top of the formation, and then just a throwback on the other side, and a great play by the receiver to get that ball and to get in plus side of the field.
Yeah, good eye, Brandon. 3, not 2. Those numbers bunching on the back of those
They
red
are.
jerseys, and I can't see the 3 and the 2. So it'll be first down and 10 at the 46. Taylor emptied it out. Gonna fire down the seam. Man is there, makes the catch at the 9, and then goes down on a tackle at the 2.
Well, they've been in a zone defense for most of the night, but it looks like what's happening is they went man-to-man. That was a corner route. The safety wasn't there to help him, and Taylor just beautiful ball, dropping it right in the breadbasket. They're going to wish they got a touchdown on that one, but nonetheless, this was a well-designed play, and they're inside the 5-yard line.
Inside the Raisin Canes red zone with a Mississippi Air National Guard first down and goal from the 2, 44-yard pickup. Taylor sprints right to throw, and the catch made in front of the near pylon for the touchdown. DeQuadrian Welch, the senior, on the 2-yard touchdown grab, just went into the end zone, flattened out, and went towards the pylon, and a bullet by Taylor, his second passing touchdown of the ball game, 47th of the year.
Well, Welch is their leading receiver and one of their playmakers. I think the first time we've called his name tonight, but a great time to call it. Young man going to play on the North Squadron for the Nard Blackwell game next week. Congratulations to him on that. But nonetheless, a great play call, great execution, and we're going for an extra point here.
So another Trustmark touchdown. Here's the Dairy Alliance extra point, and it is good by Jaden Caravantes. So third time's a charm for Noxubee. 2:28 to go here in this Mississippi Sports Medicine second quarter. And it's Noxubee on top now, 19-6 over Winona. We'll take a break. Back after this. You're listening to the State Championship Radio Network. For a C Spire sideline report, Caleb, how about this? 4 plays, 93 yards in 68 seconds.
Well, I can tell you, I know exactly that's how long it took because I kept my feet moving the entire time down the sideline, guys. I never caught up until the final play at the goal line. They just keep moving the football.
That's your Kirk Auto scoring summary. Take a look at that William Carey stat tracker in a moment. Here's a return from the 8-yard line across the 20, and then a big hit going down to the 27-yard line. Noxubee is some kind of fired up right now. They're a team that feeds off momentum. Brandon, what you got for us?
Well, 2 things there. Lando Eden on the return there, but maybe Caleb needs to get with our friends over at Kirk Auto to get him some type of a vehicle to drive him down the field, especially if we're going to see drives like that. Like you mentioned, 4 plays, 93 yards a minute and 8 seconds there on our William Carey stat tracker. That's impressive. And against the defense, it's no scrub of a defense, but just a very effective play sequence there for Noxubee County.
First down and 10 now for Winona. This is their opportunity with 2 timeouts for a 2-for-1. Score here before the half and have a chance to get back in it right after halftime. Richardson going to bring his receiver in motion behind the formation, but behind him at quarterback. Pass a little behind his receiver, but catch made out across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Good job that time to adjust to the football by Purnell.
Hey, that was a great job by Purnell. You know, they brought the receiver in motion to move the safety over just enough to open up a zone there. they were able to hit it, and that's what we need to see more from this Winona offense here.
The Mississippi Air National Guard first down on a gain of 16 to the 43-yard line right hash. Three receivers bunched to the left of the formation, one right. Again, it's Robinson in motion from left to right. Richardson looking for him. Instead, going to go underneath to Nash. And there is that man, Troylando Eden, the junior, passing out licks.
Well, I tell you what, I'm just so impressed with what you see from this Noxubee County defense. Even if they're not in the area of the football, they get there so fast and they tackle. I don't know if I've seen a missed tackle tonight. Maybe there was one out there, but they're tackling in the right times, and there was no gain on that play.
Second down and 10 from the 43. Richardson looks right, slings it, and the catch is made by Purnell at the 44-yard line. It was going to be, did he hold on to it? He turned around. That ball was let go on time, on target. When he turned around, the ball was right there in his face.
Well, I tell you what, myself and our spotter, Kyle Harris, up here, we thought that was an incomplete pass. I thought he didn't get down, but nonetheless, the officials marked him. There's no replay in this game, and that's a first down for Winona.
A gain of a dozen. Mississippi Air National Guard first down. First down and 10 from the Noxubee 45. Richardson fires. Strike to the 36-yard line as the catch is made going out of bounds near side by, well, the catch was made that time.
It's Eden out
by
there.
Eden, yes, it was Eden.
Well, that was a slip down in the secondary. That was number 10, LaCarron Dancy, that slipped down and was able to make that connection. But you're starting to see more confidence in Chase Richardson here. And if he gets to going, that's going to be a bad combination for Noxubee County.
And that was actually going back to that last hit. It was Cameron Smith, number 17, not Eden. The way I color-coded my boards, you've got Noxubee in the red jerseys, and I've got them on the white on my score, so it's flip-flopped. Rolling right is Richardson on 2nd and 1, buying all kinds of time. Now throws it up, incomplete, and a flag comes down late. Looks like that Richardson might coax out a defensive holding here.
Yeah, that's what it looks like here. You know, he turned to run, and the receiver just got caught a little bit. But, you know, good job of spying Richardson there, not allowing him to get up the field. That was 33, Kylan Oliver for Noxubee County.
46 seconds to go here in this Mississippi Sports Medicine second quarter, and we've got a holding against Noxubee County. We owe you a station identification. Let's take it now. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the State Championship Radio Network.
All the sports you love.
I'm glued all day.
To WRKS Pickens Jackson, Mississippi's #1 sports station. Worldwide online at thezone1059.com and on your radio at ESPN 105.9. The Zone.
Nothing better.
On first down and 10, Richardson took the snap after that penalty against Noxubee and had nowhere to go and had to slide down quickly.
Looked like they called a timeout. Joey Thompson called a timeout before that play got started. Maybe it was never happened. I don't know.
No, it came after it, guys. He was
it
asking why
after
did his quarterback not go out of bounds right there, and so with that, he burns his timeout.
Okay, yeah, it was really quick on that call timeout.
So a timeout, and we'll go ahead and keep it here. A lot going on there here at the top of the hour, 5 o'clock on a Saturday night. Game 6 of 7 here from our Farm Bureau broadcast booth. It has been a highly entertaining first half of football. We knew this Noxubee offense was good, and that Camario Taylor was like a superhero out there. My goodness, he has got now 63 touchdowns throwing and running this season.
16 of 25, 231 yards. We look at our William Carey stat tracker there. 2 touchdowns, like you said, completing 64% of his passes. You want to be up in that 60 range. For a high school kid, that's really impressive. So he's been as good as advertised.
So a 2nd down and 9 coming out of the timeout from the 25-yard line. Left hash again knocking on the door of the Real Estate Red Zone. Winona does get the football as well to start the second half. 39 ticks to go here before halftime. And we've got movement here.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Brandon, those will hurt you.
And they, as a coach, they just drive you crazy, knowing you making mental mistakes like that at this point. Joey Thompson, you know he's not happy about that.
Second down now and 14. Ball is spotted at the 30-yard line. Receiver comes in motion. Richardson looks left, back right, throws, and the receiver couldn't get his head turned. And it almost hit him in the back. It's incomplete. That was Cameron Robinson who was out there.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Josh. Cam Robinson came in motion and he slipped down. A little surprised that Richardson went his way because that was a dangerous play. You got to be more careful with the football. That could have been a pick six.
That would have been Artez McCray, the senior, that would have gotten that pick six. He's had 4 interceptions this year. Instead, he gets credited for another pass defended. It kind of hit him in the back of the elbow. And so third down and 14.
And you know Coach Tompkins is telling him, hey, let's live to fight another down.
On 3rd and 14, again pre-snap motion as a little sidearm sling looking for a tunnel screen. It was a tunnel screen that almost then morphed into a middle screen, a slip screen. There were just a whole lot of bodies bunched in there.
Yeah, an aggressive defense. One of the ways you try to combat that is by doing screens, but you know, a good job of defending that. They're right in his face, 77, big 77. I'm not seeing his name on my roster, unfortunately, but that young man, well, 77, Teddy Roby, excuse me, yeah. So Teddy Roby did a good job from his defensive end spot to break that play up.
On 4th and 14, Richardson runs left to extend the play, fires down the middle of the field. It's going to be broken up in the end zone. It was a 50-50 ball, looking for Tristan Purnell, the senior, to try to go up in at least double coverage to try to pull that one in. It's incomplete. Let's go back down for another C Spire sideline report to Caleb.
Guys, from the vantage point I had down here field level, it almost seemed like that ball just went right through his hands. I think Purnell had a good opportunity at that ball, just could not clamp down on it.
Yeah, it was good position by the ball, like double coverage, but he was able to split it there. So you got to make that catch in that play.
First down and 10 for Noxubee as they'll snap it in what should be perhaps the last snap of this Mississippi Sports Medicine second quarter. Noxubee a 19-6 lead over Winona. And it doesn't appear that Noxubee has any desire to snap it again before they head to the locker room. And so we'll be having a quick meeting headed to the locker room. We'll have Caleb Hamill. We'll see if he can grab Coach here in a moment. Caleb, are you going to be able to grab Coach?
I've got him right here. Coach, a tough first half for your offense. It was a couple times that Richardson was just trying to find completions early on. What's it going to take for him to warm up going into the second half and get more scores on the board?
Man, we got too many pre-snap penalties. We're getting behind the chain. So, I mean, that's not all on him. But we're not blocking very well up front in the passing game, so, we got to go back in and regroup and see if we can have a better play in the second half.
Thanks, Coach.
Good work down on the field by Caleb Hamill. That was a C Spire sideline report. When we come back, we'll kick off our Visit Corinth halftime show. Breck Riley is going to be here with us. 19-6, Noxubee leads over Winona here at the half of this 3A final. You're listening to the State Championships Radio Network. Therapy State Championships here for the Farm Bureau broadcast booth. High atop Vaught Hemingway Stadium in Oxford, Mississippi on the campus of Ole Miss as we get set for our third quarter kick. And it is the Pine Straw of Mississippi third quarter. Real quick, let's go back down to the sidelines for a C Spire's sideline report with Caleb Hamill.
Guys, I got to talk to Coach Teddy Young of Noxubee County coming out of the halftime break. I said, what's your message to this team in the locker room? He said, finish. This game is far from over. Act like it's 0-0, not 19-6 like the scoreboard says right now. If they can finish and play true Noxubee County defense is what wins championships, and we've already seen that play out at a couple different games here this weekend. That was the message from Coach Young.
Good job, Caleb, as always. Josh Wessel onside Brandon Davis, Kyle Harris, Bill Wilson, Breck Riley, Jared Schatz roaming around here today. Our crew has been hard at it this week, and it's been just an incredible cast of sponsors that have been with us this week to bring this to you from beyond the borders of Mississippi, up into Tennessee, over into Alabama, Arkansas, Louisiana, and all the way into the Gulf of Mexico. You're listening to us tonight, and of course on our flagship as well. And so we appreciate to have with you on 9 stations around the great state of Mississippi. The kickoff return of the second half returned out to the 25-yard line, and you notice the message that Caleb referenced about finishing. Loved the energy, bouncing around, Noxubee really loose. Winona kind of very focused, very quiet, knowing kind of the seriousness of the moment right here. They really need to score coming out of the locker room.
Well, and you heard Joey Tompkins, the message he had to Caleb was some of the mental mistakes he needed to clean up. And, I would imagine that they talked about that extensively in the first half. So Teddy Young knows that they can't come out and play flat because Winona can get right back into this game.
It's the silver and white and gray of Winona, the blue, red, and white of Noxubee. And here is Richardson keeping across the 30 to the 32-yard line, getting behind those blockers and getting a handful on first down to bring up second down and 5 and stay on schedule. 19-6 lead for Noxubee as we are in the opening moments of this Pine Straw of Mississippi third quarter. In game 6 of 7 of this championship week, the 3A championship. Second down and 5. 3 receivers left, 1 right out of the gun for Richardson. He'll bring his receiver in motion. They'll swing it out of the backfield to the right flat. Catch made for a gain of 2, maybe 3 for Troylando Eden, the junior receiver, and it brings up 3rd and 2.
De'Eric Gray there, 22, just kind of playing from his linebacker position, almost like zoning out. Actually, it's the safety. He just worked his way down the line and was able to make a tackle there. And it's just good defense, and we've seen it all night. They play to the football, and they play so well together as a unit.
It'll bring up now 3rd down and 2. 3rd down and 2. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Coming out of the slot right, Purnell. It's Richardson will keep, and it'll be a gain of 1, maybe 2. Got a really good spot that time. It's going to bring up 4th down and short. Do you go for it here, Brandon?
I don't think you go for it here. I think you punt the ball away, play some defense. You don't want to give the Noxubee a short field. You're already down by 13. Don't give them the opportunity to go up by 20.
Boy, they've got a play apparently they like, though, Brandon. And so rolling the dice here,
and I think
early third quarter.
And I'm sorry, Joe, I think you look for the hard counter to see if you can draw them off sides.
They'll bring Robinson in motion. Richardson will keep, and he'll dive under tacklers. He got down to their legs, under their kneecaps, and was able to get a yard plus 1 and pick up a crucial Mississippi Air National Guard first down.
Well, this is a very big offensive line that Coach Tompkins has here, and maybe he's challenging them, saying, hey, look, guys, I believe in you. Show me what you can do. And fortunately for them, they were able to get just enough for a first down on that run.
First down and 10. Now for Winona. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Again, Richardson out of the gun. He has the back, Nash to his right. Working against that 3-man front of Noxubee. Toss pitch on a sweep right side. Out across the 40 and out to the 44 goes Eden.
Like
That'll
that.
Be a gain of 5, maybe 6.
Like that. Little pop pass out to the 17 there. Young man, we've called his name a lot tonight. That is Troylando Eden. He's been a playmaker for him all season. A good play on first down.
Called his name so much, I tried to put him in a Noxubee uniform early, give him credit for a tackle. Second down and 4.
Well, as good as he's been, hopefully he doesn't have to make one of those tonight, being on offense.
from the right hash at the 44-yard line. 3 receivers bunched to the right side. It's Eden to the left of the formation. Coming out of the slot right, play action. Richardson throwing it up for Eden. Eden makes a catch at the 30, down the sidelines inside the 20, and inside the Raising Cane's red zone as he's brought down hard at the 15-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 39 yards and a Mississippi Air National Guard first down. Let's go back down for a C Spire sideline report. Caleb, that's the play they've been looking for.
That's right, Josh. You feel like the pressure has been building behind the wall of this Winona offense, and finally that bursted. And all these people on the sideline and in the stands on the Winona side have finally found something big to cheer about.
Brandon, it was the shovel pass that might have gotten Richardson going there. You were talking about give him a high percentage throw. He had the shovel pass forward and then drops on a dime over to the near sidelines.
Well, I hate to bring any type of a basketball analogy, but if you're constantly shooting three-pointers and missing, sometimes you got to hit the easy layup to get you going, you know. So maybe that's what we've got going here. Get the confidence that, hey, I can make this. But this is a dangerous quarterback in Richardson. I know he's only 7 of 8 for 89 yards looking at our William Carey stat tracker, but he's over 100 yards on the ground. But you're going to have to get him going through the air because you're able to make it a multi-dimensional game. If you're so just continuing to run him, you're going to be able to do a better job, Noxubee will anyway, to be able to defend that.
We've got a timeout on the field, an injury timeout. We'll step aside for 30 seconds on the State Championships Radio Network. Six-play, 57-yard drive for Winona. They trail Noxubee 19-6 with 8:44 to go third quarter. And a run by the quarterback, Chase Richardson, and he ran into a wall and then fell down after a gain of 1.
That wall was Teddy Roby, and he is a wall, and he is a big human being there from his defensive line position and was able to make a good play. And injured player on the field that we had a while ago, that was Tolando Eden, the big-time playmaker from Winona. I think 11 touchdowns on the season, the junior youngster. You hope he's able to come back in this game because they're certainly going to need him to be successful in this game tonight. And
Brandon right on cue. He does check back in after just that one play miss. Just a little cramp, got a little water in his system, and he's good to go.
Second down and 9 as Eden goes in motion. They'll pull out of the belly of Eden, and Richardson gets drilled. He carries it off right guard, right tackle. He gets a couple and really pays the price.
Yeah, 54, Jamitri Johnson told Teddy Roby, watch this. And he hit him. He hit Richardson hard, and I think Richardson's going to be looking over at his coach saying, hey, can we do something different? Because that's 2 plays in a row now. He is taking some major punishment from this Noxubee defensive line.
He shows no weakness, though. He gets right back up and looks no worse for the wear.
Tough
but
kid.
You know he'll feel those tomorrow.
Right.
Third down and 7 inside the Raising Cane's red zone at the 13-yard line. Ball into the center of the field. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Coming out of the slot right, Eden in motion. They'll give to Nash. Nash gets a block, springs him down for a first down to the 5-yard line. A Mississippi Air National Guard first down that will set up goal to go for Winona here with 7:05 to go in this Pine Straw, Mississippi third quarter. And Winona trying to cut into that 19-6 lead for Noxubee.
Well, I tell you, you bring the guard around and also the H-back, let him get involved in some of the block and let the back do the rest. Beautiful open hole there. And when you can run the football like that, it's almost artistic, well-designed play, great execution.
First down and 5. First and goal. Fake the toss pitch. Richardson keeps it, slips into the end zone, virtually untouched for the score. A Trustmark touchdown that cuts the lead to 19-12.
Well, just a toss read, but give credit to big number 75, TK Small, all 305 small pounds of him there. Josh, he did a great job of coming around from his guard. He opened that hole up, and he was able to walk in for the touchdown. Great job by this Winona Tiger team.
10 plays, 73 yards in 5 minutes, 19 seconds in that Kirk Auto scoring summary as we look for the point after here from Bailey. Snap back and down. The kick is up, and the kick is true on the Dairy Alliance extra point. More information online at thedairyalliance.com. So is 6:36 to go in tonight's Pine Straw of Mississippi third quarter. Winona gets closer. It's Noxubee 19, Winona 13 on the State Championships Radio Network. 90 seconds.
The Mississippi Air National Guard is always ready, always.
And I've got to give my apologies back to the studio. We're going to go ahead and step back to another 1 minute break. I meant to call for a 90, but there is a network timeout here at the stadium. 19-13, Noxubee on top of Winona. Back in a minute. The state championships here from Vaught Hemingway Stadium at Ole Miss. Back inside the Farm Bureau broadcast booth. 19-13. Noxubee County leads Winona. Winona is set to kick off for the 40-yard line here inside the Pine Straw of Mississippi third quarter. As this will be sent deep between the hashes, return from the 13, and it was the turf that took the tackle at the 22-yard line as it just gave out from underneath the legs of the return man that time. That was Ladarian Mosley, the freshman return man. Let's go down for a C-Spire sideline report. Caleb, again, kudos to the grounds crew. This field is amazing under the circumstances. We haven't seen a lot of slipping in this game.
Yeah, you're right, Josh. The sand they've put down has really dried up a lot of the moisture. The only thing now is that the grass is really matted down from how many people have traveled across it, so the cleats don't have a whole lot they grab onto right now.
First down and 10 from the 22-yard line. And Camario Taylor, I would dare say, has been even better than advertised, which is amazing considering he came into this game with 45 touchdown passes and 15 rushing touchdowns. Taylor on a quick 5-yard out hits his slot receiver. Grab is made by DeQuadrion Welch, the senior.
Yeah, you're right. He has been good as advertised. Over 231 yards so far, completing 64% of his passes, going to the William Carey stat tracker. And he's just been very smooth in his delivery. You got to appreciate what he's able to do at the quarterback position.
Second down and 6. With 3 receivers left, 1 right. It is Wicks to the left of Taylor. Noxubee's in their home red. Winona is in their road white jerseys. Noxubee, the South team here. He had a 3A, and Taylor gets hit and fumbles the football. And it appears that Noxubee gets on top of it. They do. That was Demarion Glenn, the tackle, the big 6'3", 260-pound junior that was able to flop on it, but what a hit to strip it loose. That was a Jarian Garrett, the junior linebacker.
Yeah, Coach Tompkins, he brought pressure to the face side of him, and there wasn't nothing he could do with that. Needs to hang on to that ball a little tighter, but good job by the tackle there of getting on that football to really avoid a major issue here, especially when Winona scored on that last drive and got back into this ball game.
And really to avoid the broadcaster jinx of the weekend, let's be honest. 3rd down and 12 with an empty set, 5 wide receivers. Taylor looking right to throw, swings it out, catch is made, out around the 30 and out to the 33-yard line, and it's going to be right at the yard to gain for a Mississippi Air National Guard first down, and it's all going to depend on the spot. They're showing it again here inside the booth, and it's going to depend on where he stepped out, and it is going to be a Mississippi Air National Guard first down. Just flips it out there with such ease at 6'4", 180 as he surveys the field. He was looking right into one-on-one coverage with no safety help.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
So a 5-yard penalty, and that was one that Taylor was frustrated. He liked the matchup that he had that time with DeQuadrion Welch in one-on-one coverage.
Oh, he had what he wanted. You know, Winona's fortunate there was that procedure there.
Taylor, again, as the ball is snapped, a flag is down on the soft turf.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
So for the moment, Noxubee stuck in reverse.
And that's exactly Teddy Young talking to Caleb coming out. Finish the ball game. Right now, these guys are sleepwalking. They hadn't walked out of the locker room yet. 2 false starts on consecutive plays. That is not what Coach Young wants to see for his Tigers.
First down and 20. Coming out of the slot right in motion was the receiver. Taylor just throws it up on a middle screen. Catch made. Breaking free near midfield. Down the sidelines before being flushed out of bounds at the 38-yard line. That was Mosley on the reception. An incredible grab by Ladarian, the freshman.
That there should be an illegal man downfield because where he caught that ball on that screen.
I think there is. I don't think we've seen the flag. I'm trying to find it, but I know they're marching it back.
Yeah, he sailed that ball a little too much.
Ineligible receiver downfield against the offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Hey guys, one of the coaches on this Winona sideline was following the referees the entire way, leaping and pleading the case. Lineman downfield, and finally they heard it.
Well, if you get that screen behind the lineman, then it's okay. But what happened was that ball sailed on him, and the receiver had to run right ahead of him, and the lineman was right on his heels. And it's unfortunate for that lineman, but that is the rule.
So instead of 1st and 20 on the 23, now first down and 25 at the 18-yard line. And Winona could be getting some of the gifts they need to get back into this game. Line again is the 43. First down and 25. Twin receivers to each side. It is Mosley lined up to the left of Taylor out of the gun. He'll signal Mosley in motion, looking Mosley's way. Swings it him to the flat at the 15, at the 20, 25, 30, and knocked out of bounds hard at the 32-yard line. And that was Cameron Robinson, the senior, that made the big hit.
Mosley's so fast out of the backfield. Coming into this game, the sophomore had nearly 700 yards and 11 touchdowns receiving, and he is such a threat and just does a good job when he gets the ball in his hands.
So from 1st and 25, a gain of 13, a second down and 12, 3:35 to go in a rapidly moving Pine Straw of Mississippi third quarter, 19-13 lead for Noxubee County over Winona. On 2nd and 12, Taylor sprints right to throw, fires, and it's almost intercepted. Didn't get enough zip on that ball as he was being pressured from behind, and the pursuit coming, getting the hands on it that time was Yoshan Hudson, the freshman.
Well, an out route, but Yoshan Hudson was right in his hip pocket, and when he made his cut, he made the cut with him. That is excellent defensive work by that young defender, and that's exactly what you want to do from a textbook standpoint to defend that out route.
3rd down and 12. And again, from the gun with dual receivers each side. Taylor swings it down the sidelines, bobbled and dropped. Hit him up in the hands and the shoulder pad as he was looking the way of Mosley again. That could have easily been a huge first down completion. Instead, 4th down and a dozen. And Noxubee, clinging to a 6-point lead, is going to have to punt the football.
Will route out of the backfield, and he had Chance Richardson on his heels, but that's exactly what you wanted if you're Teddy Young and Noxubee, the safety coming over to try to make the play. And if they make that connection, who knows? But that was a better executed. That would have been a big play for Noxubee.
So now let's see if the Noxubee kicking game is up to the challenge here. Good snap back and a low end over end kick that hits at around the 47 and rolls to the 37-yard line of Winona. And so when it's all said and done, 31-yard punt, no return. Ended up not being a thing of beauty to say the least, but it does get a little bit of field position tipped back in favor of Noxubee, but still very good field position for Winona. Absolutely, and even most of the time with the field conditions the way they are, that ball would die, but it got a really good Noxubee roll there. And but Winona, if you're Winona, the momentum is on your side in the second half. You got to take advantage right now. Total yards 320 to 245 in favor of Noxubee, but Winona could get closer on this drive. Richardson, option pitch right side. Eden got tripped up. It almost looked like something you'd see at the rodeo as Dancy was able to grab him by the ankles and flip his feet into the air. Dancy's only 5'10", 170 pounds, Josh, but man, he comes up and he makes a play, and he did almost hog tie Eden there. Eden has taken a beating tonight, but he has gotten up each time. So it'll be a gain of 2, 2nd down and 8, ball right hash at the Winona 39-yard line. 19-13 lead for Noxubee over Winona late in this 3rd quarter, and a flag comes down as the ball is snapped here inside this Pine Straw, Mississippi 3rd quarter.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Let's go down for another C Spire's sideline report. Caleb, right now you got a couple of teams that are really trying to force the issue maybe a little bit right now.
Yeah, guys, what comes to mind right now is what the coach said on Winona's side from Coach Tompkins about trying not to have these little penalties on offense. You saw when they scored that touchdown, no penalties on that drive, but right now playing behind the chains.
With trips left, coming out of the slot left is the receiver Robinson in motion, stepping up and firing and coming back to make the catch at the 45-yard line. A good grab by Purnell. And so it's going to turn up now into 3rd and manageable after a gain of 10. Now they say 11, 3rd down and 2 coming up.
Hey, that was a nice route, nice comeback route, good catch by Purnell. Now you're in 3rd and manageable. You got several things in the playbook you can pull from for here.
On 3rd down and 2, Winona from their 45-yard line right hash, moving from right to left on your radio or device. Out of the slot right, they'll fake the jet sweep. Richardson sneaks out the back door. Running free at the 40. Breaks an ankle tackle down the sidelines. At the 20, 15, 10-5. He goes high stepping into the end zone. Or did they mark him out near the 10? They mark him out at the 11. He was able to point back. The official pointed back at the 11. Richardson thought he had snuck down the sidelines. Razor thin margin as he tiptoed down, but it ends up being a gain of 44 into the Raisin Canes red zone with that Mississippi Air National Guard first down.
Let's give kudos to 23 De'Eric Gray there for Noxubee County from his defensive back position, was able to run him down and hit him just enough to have him step on that white line. That was great effort by that young man saving that touchdown.
Might have gotten an extra yard, could have been out at the 12. Handoff here, big hole. And Nash gonna rumble it down to the 5-yard line. The quick snap there on 1st and 10 for the 11. And it kind of caught Noxubee not quite set defensively.
Well, and this is such an impressive offensive line. They are huge, and they're just running some power behind the big boys there, getting some good gains in the second half.
On 2nd down and 4 from the 5. Eden in motion. Goes behind Richardson, give to Nash. He is stacked up, though, and driven back for no gain. And the pressure that time was from Derek Gray, the junior, coming out of the secondary.
Yeah, the junior was able to come up and wasn't allowing the guards to get to the linebackers, there. And it looked like Teddy Young's upset about something. He was down at the 10-yard line talking to the official, and now they just have the side judge thrown a flag on Teddy Young.
And keep in mind, they already have a sideline warning. Even if it's unsportsmanlike conduct or the other, it's going to be yardage marked against them more than likely.
Not sure what Teddy Young was upset about, but he was all the way down around the 10-yard line barking at the side judge.
And now Teddy Young, the view we're seeing here as we look down onto the field and then look into the large jumbotrons here at Vaught Hemingway Stadium, is a close-up of the conversation between our head referee and Teddy Young as they have a very spirited discussion, very animated discussion. Yeah. Teddy pleading his case.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct against the head coach. Half the distance to the goal, still 3rd down.
Well, it's like Kyle Harris, our spotter, was saying, it looked like there was a false start maybe that was against Winona. And, the side judge, they didn't see it. And, Coach Young got a little animated and went down there and let him know about it. And unfortunately for him, they made that call against him.
It's not an automatic 1st down, so it gives up a couple of yards, though. And, boy, could this shape up for an incredible 4th quarter.
Yeah,
depending on how these next couple of plays go here for Winona.
Half the distance puts you inside the 5, and you're in prime territory with 3rd and short.
Ball rests at the 2.5-yard line. Need about 5 feet for a 1st down. Richardson dives forward. He's into the end zone for a touchdown. And this game is tied at 19 with 15 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter on that Trustmark touchdown by Chase Richardson of Winona.
Once again, 75, TK Small, the sophomore, he just pulls around and opens up a hole and does just enough to open that hole up for Richardson to get through there. And just excellent play, excellent blocking by this offensive line.
What a pine straw of Mississippi 3rd quarter this has been for Winona. This game has been turned on its head as we await the extra point by Aubrey Bailey for the lead. Snap back and down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. A Dairy Alliance extra point to put Winona on top by a score of 20-19. They take the lead for the first time tonight, and after getting outscored 13-0 in the second, Winona has outscored Noxubee 14-0 in the third with 15 seconds to go in the frame. We'll take a break. Back after this. You're listening to the State Championships Radio Network. Crew here at Vaught Hemingway Stadium as we're back here at the Elite Physical Therapy State Championships in the Farm Bureau broadcast booth. They are whipping the crowd into a frenzy from Winona with the music as it's 20-19. Winona has their first lead of the contest. And here comes Noxubee on the kickoff return. Mosley trying to get to the edge, and he'll be brought down at the 23-yard line. We've got time for about one more play inside this Pine Straw, Mississippi third quarter. Let's give you that Kirk Auto scoring summary. 6 plays, 63 yards in 2 minutes and 53 seconds of the 2-yard touchdown run by Richardson. And now let's go back down to the sidelines for a C Spire sideline report. What was Coach Young so upset about there, Clay?
Well, it was all about going back to our podcast days in Hattiesburg. No, we had just a conversation quickly during that timeout. It was about the false starts that the officials weren't calling. He's saying that Winona is rocking as they go into their stance, which should be a false start.
Young. Correction, Camario Taylor's pass incomplete. And so to bring up now 2nd down and 10. 4 seconds to go here inside this Pine Straw of Mississippi 3rd quarter. And all the energy right now is with Winona. Again, what a tale of 2 quarters here, Brandon. 13-0 Noxubee in the second, 14-0 Winona in the third.
Winona's made some adjustments to some of the mental mistakes, and it's paying off.
Quick pass, little too strong, incomplete. That's a pass that was completed in the first half. This was intended for Jalen King. It's incomplete on the final play of the 3rd quarter. And so at the end of 3 here in Oxford, what a 3A finale we have shaping up for you as we move to the 4th. In the final 12 minutes will be on the clock when we return. It's Winona 20 and Noxubee 19. We'll head for a network timeout. We'll be back in 90 seconds on the State Championships Radio Network. Therapy State Championships as we get set to start this 4th quarter back here in Oxford inside the Farm Bureau broadcast booth. 20-19 Winona leads Noxubee, but we owe you a station ID, so let's take it now. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the State Championship Radio Network. Side Brandon Davis, Caleb Hamill down with you on the sidelines. Brandon, I'm going to put you on the spot quickly as we take a look at this William Carey stat tracker. What stats are popping off the page to you as you got your calculator out and you're really working?
I'm going to tell you, anytime that I look at stats, I'm going to look at 3rd down percentage. And then what we're seeing right now for Winona, 38% to 33% for Knoxubee County. You need to be a little bit higher than that, do a little bit better. Well, you need to not put yourself in these situations where you have 3rd and long. Knoxubee having 3rd and 10 here, only 33% throughout the night, may be a tough one for them to get.
So a 3rd down and 10 for Noxubee from their 23-yard line with trips left, single receiver right. Being flushed, in trouble, pressure comes, finds a receiver, caught at the 25, but well short of the first down was Jalen King from Camario Taylor. That's going to bring up 4th down and long, and Noxubee's going to have to punt the football. And it is safe to say at this moment here, just seconds in to this Buffalo Wild Wings fourth quarter, that all the momentum right now is with Winona.
Yeah, and it's exactly what Teddy Young was talking about. You know, we've got to look at this as a 0-0 game and come out and finish, and just has not happened. It was a bad third quarter for Noxubee County, allowing Winona to take the lead. And you want a good snap here. We haven't seen many punts, so we don't want to snap over your head.
It's the third time in 4 years these teams have met in the postseason. As a snap back and a low punt fielded on a line at the 47. The return crossing midfield and just not a lot of running room there. Return of 5, maybe 6 yards there for Winona. And we'll see where they will ultimately spot the football.
That was a line drive punt with no hang time at all, but great coverage by Noxubee County, not allowing them to get, further into plus territory. Look like they're at the 50-yard line. I'm not sure if they're quite in plus territory in the Tiger of Noxubee's territory, but nonetheless, it is great field position for a team in Winona that has had the momentum this entire second half.
Winona looking for their first state championship. A Noxubee team making their 5th appearance in 7 seasons in the title game, looking for their first title since 17. They've lost in the championship game in 19, 20, and 22. Here's Richardson faking the jet sweep, trying to run left side, and got wrapped up and brought down for a loss on the play. Kyron Oliver, the senior linebacker, was right there to wrap up and make the spot. That is assignment football.
Well, Richardson has been the playmaker, 20 rushing attempts for 165 yards. Looking at our William Carey stat tracker, you got to do something to get pressure on him. One way to do that's a run blitz, exactly what Oliver did, was able to get home in a loss on the play.
Richardson is 8 of his last 11 passes complete for 100 yards. Richardson runs it here, and he gets loose at the 35-30. Nobody's going to catch him. No flags on the play. Touchdown, 51 yards. Chase Richardson takes it in, and the lead balloons now to 26-19.
Several times throughout this game, Winona has been playing with dynamite, and on that play right there was no one covering him from a linebacker standpoint on that zone read, and he took it and he was gone. What a great play call, great execution, and now Winona is opening this game up.
Another Trustmark touchdown, capping off a 2-play 50-yard drive in 42 seconds on your Kirk Auto scoring summary, as it's time now for our Dairy Alliance extra point. Snap low but down, the kick is up, and it's hammered through by Aubrey Bailey, and the lead is up to 8. 10:21 to go in the ball game inside our Buffalo Wild Wings fourth quarter. It's Winona. They have rattled off 21 unanswered. They lead it by a score of 27-19. You're listening to the State Championships Radio Network back in 30.
Wow.
Bourbon and barbecue sauce together as one.
So a high kick going to be fielded on the run of the 17-yard line. Moving towards the numbers by Mosley. Good to see him back in. He'll cut back, stay on his feet, 25, and just about snuck out loose at the 28-yard line. Let's go back down to Caleb. Caleb, you saw what I saw. If Mosley gets loose right there, he might take it the distance.
That's right, Josh, and that's the thing about this guy. He really is a never-give-up type running back and return guy in Mosley. He really was so close to catching that edge and catching pay dirt to try to respond to this Winona team.
Josh, looking at our Kirk Auto scoring summary there for Winona, 2 plays, 50 yards, 42 seconds. That's pretty effective, my friend.
Very, very much so. First down and 10 now for Noxubee County. Here is Camario Taylor. Plants and fires and almost threw an interception. That went right through the hands of the freshman. Yoshan Hudson saw it coming from a mile away, sat down right into the route. If he picks it, he takes it to a house call.
Oh, he was just out there in the flats playing his own, and Hudson is going to kick himself knowing he could have had a pick six in the state championship game to maybe put this one away.
Second down and 10. Taylor perhaps a touch rattled as he works out of the gun, back to his right, and twin receivers each side, working off the left hash from the 29-yard line. 10:09 to go in this ball game, and again 21 unanswered points in this second half for Winona, who trailed 19-6 at the half, as coming back and taking out the quarterback on a big hit. All arms and muscle up around the shoulders to take out Taylor for the sack. Winona.
All sides on the offense. Lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
I didn't hear a whistle to call that a dead ball.
It was called, guys, and that's why a lot of the people on this Noxubee sideline were so rattled whenever they saw Taylor get hit. They thought that should have been an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
Well, I think Fred Clark, same as me, he's playing until he hears a whistle. He didn't hear anything, so a little confusion there.
So the false start, second down and 15. Ball spotted at the 24-yard line. Taylor looks left, now back over the middle. Now going to pull it down, move to his left. Now going to try to run, and he's going to be flushed out of bounds at near that line of scrimmage at the 24-yard line.
Trying to make something out of nothing, getting it into a third and manageable, but it's still 3rd and 15 from the 24. And I'm not sure if we're in 4-down territory, but we're certainly getting close to it with the way that this Winona offense has played in this second half.
So it'll be 3rd down and 15. 2 receivers, now 3 receivers right, 1 left. And a back to the left of Taylor, who takes his snap, backpedaling. Now plants and fires, and a catch made for a first down at the 40-yard line. Knew where that line to gain was on that 3rd and long, and Jodquist Clark hooking up with Taylor to move the chains, and a Mississippi Air National Guard first down at the 40.
Oh, well, Clark did a great job coming back, helping his quarterback out. He saw the pressure, and he broke off his route, and just enough to get to the sticks. That was a good play by a veteran wide receiver.
So first down, ball left hash at the 39-yard line. Winona leads Noxubee County 27-19 in this 3A championship game. It's been a tale of 2 halves, really. Noxubee's so good in that first half. Winona made the adjustments, and they've outscored Noxubee 21-0 since intermission, and we have a timeout by Noxubee on the field.
Timeout, Noxubee County. Their first timeout of the half.
9:50 to go inside this Buffalo Wild Wings 4th quarter. It's a 27-19 score in favor of Winona. We'll step aside for a network break. We'll be back in 90 seconds. You're listening to the State Championships Radio Network.
We're always prepared with Kubota equipment.
inside our Farm Bureau broadcast booth. The scene is this: 9:50 to go inside our Buffalo Wild Wings fourth quarter. Inside this ball game, 27-19 Winona. And Noxubee just picked up a critical third down conversion on a 3rd and long. First down and 10 for the 39 left hash. It is Taylor to throw on first down. Pressure comes, and they're going to get there and sack him back at the 33-yard line. Pressure came from the backside by Javian Jackson, the senior defensive end.
Javian Jackson, 6 foot, 205 pounds, just did a great job of working around that tackle there. One of the leaders on this defense for Winona, and what a big moment to come up with a sack.
And guys, you saw Camario Taylor's helmet come off. Last time that happened, Jaden Taylor's brother had to step in and throw a touchdown pass.
And he's back on here. 2nd down and 16. Jaden Taylor has a back to his right. Again, Camario's younger brother. Jaden pumps right, now throws down the seam. Looking for John Quist, and it's batted away. There was a lot of slapping going on between receiver and cornerback. Tremendous coverage that time by Kylan Stinson, the senior, on a pass that was intended for Judquist Clark.
Yeah, they could have called pass interference on Stinson, but I like the fact they let them play. They both were hand fighting with each other, but that was a very close call, but a good coverage by Stinson.
I can only imagine what my interpretation of this slapping looked like to everybody that's watching online.
Oh, yeah. Hey, everybody.
Yeah, it was a very archaic representation of hand fighting between defensive back and receiver. 3rd down and 16. 2 receivers right, 2 left. As Camario's back in. Camario steps up, fires on a deep corner route, overthrowing Mosley, incomplete, but there was also blanket coverage by Chance Richardson, Chase's brother, the senior safety, who was there. It's 4th down again, and in a 1-score game at this juncture, still with 9:07 left and 2 timeouts, it's obvious that Noxubee's going to punt the football.
Right, and Chance Richardson's had such a great game. We've called his name all night. He coming in, had 51 tackles on the season, 4 tackles for loss, just a player that's all over the field.
Cameron Smith stands at his 21 to punt this one away. Purnell is the deep man back, and Cameron gets a better boot into this one. Purnell has 2 guys back there on him, and they'll wrestle him down for actually negative yardage on the return. Purnell's going to lose a couple of yards. Fielded at his 33, dropped back at his 31-yard line. Let's go back down to the sidelines for a C Spire sideline report. Caleb, little did we think maybe a quarter and a half ago that Winona would have the football with a chance to really almost put this game away, it feels like.
Yeah, guys, and you have to wonder, is it the mentality of Noxubee County not finishing and thinking they already had it secured? Is it more so Winona finally finding their footing offensively? I kind of lead towards the former rather than the latter, because Noxubee, though they've bent a little bit here, it's been more so Winona that has just turned up the heat with their offensive attack.
Winona leading at 27-19, starting at their 31-yard line. And Richardson trying to get outside again, wisely slides down in front of the tackler. He had a defender bearing down on him. That was Dancy, who was trying to come deliver the knockout blow, but instead it's just a gain of 5, 2nd down and 5.
And they're just trying to kill the clock. Quarterback power to the left side of the formation there. He gets a good 5 yards on that run. That's exactly what you want. And good seal block there on the end by number 70, the big guard. But 5 yards on first down, you'll take it every day of the week.
On 2nd down and 5. With trips left to the short side of the field for the left hash. Richardson keeps and carries for a couple of yards, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 2. It was Kyron Oliver and company in on the tackle.
Same play, ran it back to the right side. They did bring Eden in motion to try to pull the linebacker toward him. But again, just quarterback power by Winona trying to churn away some clock right now.
This Buffalo Wild Wings fourth quarter already almost halfway done. It's a game that kicked off tonight around 3:45, around 3:45. We're right at the two and a half hour mark here. 3rd down and 2, and just prior to the ball being snapped, we have whistles down on the playing surface here at Jerry Hollingsworth Field.
Winona. First time out of the half.
So a timeout, Winona will take it with them. 7:36 to go inside this Buffalo Wild Wings fourth quarter. It's Winona the football facing a 3rd and 2 when we come back, leading 27-19 over Noxubee on the State Championships Radio Network. Our Farm Bureau broadcast booth here at Vaught Hemingway Stadium in Ole Miss. We've got Caleb Hamill down on the sidelines, Josh Wessel onside, Brandon Davis, Kyle Harris, Bill Wilson, Breck Riley, and our entire crew. Game 6 of 7. It's Winona 3rd and 2. And the snap, not a good one. It got kind of hung up on the snap, kind of floated into the air. It was received by Richardson and fallen on. A flag is down, though.
Holding offense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Let's go down for a C Spire sideline report. Caleb, that was one of the oddest snaps I've ever seen.
It really was, and I think it's because of that. That's what caused the false start, and I think it's kind of a lucky break for Winona right there, because now you're looking at still a 3rd down instead of 4th down and long.
We've seen that a couple times today where there was a delay of game that was a very fortunate play for Louisville. Now we're seeing perhaps that particular bad snap that will end up being a fortunate false start for Winona. We'll have to wait and see. 3rd down and 7. Winona 21-0 advantage in this second half over Noxubee in an 8-point lead. Faking the option. Richardson going to throw it on a wheel route. Catch made, going down at the 41 of Noxubee. High pointing the football, Tristan Purnell, the senior. What a grab.
Beautiful play. Purnell has been good all night. He's been good all season. Just made a great play there. Came in averaging 17.5 yards a catch. That was a great play. He, like you said, he high pointed that ball, was able to come down with it. Huge first down. That clock will continue to run for Coach Tompkins and these Tigers.
The Mississippi Air National Guard first down. First down and 10 at the 41 of Noxubee. Richardson was going to fake the jet sweep and keep it off right guard, right tackle, and whistles.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
Brandon, again, do you want 2nd down and 10 or do you want 1st and 15?
I want 2nd and 10.
Kyle wants,
I don't know.
Kyle wants 1st and 15.
Yeah, well, Kyle's a coach. Of course he's going to say that. But, I mean, you think of the mental mistakes that you're making here, and it's driving Joey Tompkins crazy, So either way, I guess 1st down's better. But you just don't like seeing these mental mistakes at this point of the season in the ball game.
Breaking the huddle with dual receivers to the left, 2 to the right, and then Eaton in motion. They'll hand it off in a broken tackle in running room at the 40, 35, 30. It's a foot race at the 15, 10, 5, and near the pylon. Did he kick it? He did. Nash got spun around and kicked his foot on the pylon before he went out of bounds for the touchdown. And Winona has a 33-19 lead with 6:35 to go on that Trustmart touchdown.
Well, it took them 2 halves to get going, but, man, when they got going, did they get going. That was just a great play, a broken tackle. They were able to come off the tackle there and just run it down the field, and it was just overall, I mean, that is really, I would say, a dagger to this ball game unless something miraculous is able to happen here with 6 minutes to go.
Now we await the Dairy Alliance point after as the snap was low but down. The kick was hammered through by Aubrey Bailey. It was 6:35 to go in the ball game. The crowd is watching it again. It was a broken tackle of Jonathan Goodman at the line of scrimmage that sprung that 46-yard Trustmart touchdown by Zyshun Nash. And again, now a 2-score lead. We'll take a break. Back in 30. You're listening to the State Championship Radio Network. scoring summary. 4 plays, 69 yards in 2 minutes and 26 seconds. And Noxubee from the 15 on the return, and just no energy on that return. And there was also no blocking. There was nowhere to go in a hard hit. And Mosley, who was not 100%, goes down hard again. Let's go back down to a C-Spire sideline report. Caleb, we were talking about Mosley not being 100%. He took a shot right there.
Officials timeout.
Yeah, Navarius Davis just leveled the boom on him, just standing straight up. It was like a battle of momentum, like a physics experiment. You saw that the side of Davis was the heavier side, and Mosley is not moving very much at all.
Yeah, took a shot to the head there, what it looks like.
So with 6:30 to go, we're going to step aside for an injury timeout. 6:30 to go in this ball game inside our Buffalo Wild Wings fourth quarter. It's all Winona right now. They lead it 35-19 or 34-19 over Noxubee County on the State Championships Radio Network. Broadcast booth, they are taking off a very wobbly Mosley from the field. And so they are tending to Ladarian Mosley, the freshman. He was not 100%, and he looked like he was indecisive as to where he wanted to go on that kickoff return and got his world rocked. And so he comes out. We'll be looking at a William Carey stat tracker after this first down play. A note on Richardson that is eye-popping. First down and 10. And it is Taylor to throw. A bullet and a grab made. And stepping out of bounds by Judquist Clark, the senior. Let's look at that William Carey stat tracker now here, Brandon.
Yeah, Richardson, we talked about him rushing the ball. 24 attempts, 224 yards, 4 touchdowns, averaging 9.3 a carry, 314 yards on the ground for this Winona team.
Taylor backpedaling, throwing complete near the first down line to gain. Grab was made by DeQuadrian Welch, and then he got hit immediately. And it looked like when he caught it, he was closer than where he was tackled. He ends up being a yard shy and brings up a 3rd down and 1 now for Noxubee.
Yeah, just short of those sticks there. He wasn't able to turn his shoulders. A good hit by that defender from Winona. Now we got a 3rd and a long 1.
Every second is precious here for Noxubee County. Taylor looked underneath, looked down the seam, nothing there. Now he's got to run right. Throw on the move, and his receiver slipped, or it could have been a completion at the 40-yard line. He was looking way down the field for Jaden Taylor. And boy, my goodness, if he doesn't slip, he might, again, as you say, Brandon, could still be running.
Well, there was a breakdown in coverage there. Jaden Taylor was wide open. Red Clark had pressure on the backside, forced Taylor to roll to his right. Just wasn't able to get enough on that, but he had a receiver wide open in the middle of the field.
So now 4th down and 1. Game rides on these 3 feet. In a 15-point lead, Taylor rolls right, makes the nice throw, and that is Taylor on a broken tackle by Jaden, and he'll get out across the 40 to the 42-yard line. I think his initial forward progress was going to be enough, but he ends up getting plenty more for a Mississippi Air National Guard first down.
That's correct. He had the momentum to get the first down, but just a great effort by him to break a tackle and get about 7 or 8 more yards upfield. First down and 10 for Noxubee at their 42. Taylor looking left, now looking down the center of the field. Man's there, catch is made at the 10, 5, touchdown. It's a house call. 58 yards. Taylor looked left and then was able to look right down the center of the field. DeQuadrian Welch with a huge home run touchdown, a Trustmark touchdown to cut it now to a 9-point game.
Well, the speedster got behind the safety there and was all alone, and, reason why he's playing the Bernard Blackwell game next week there, Josh, and just a great job, a great effort to get that ball. It was a heck of a catch. Was looking over his shoulder to make that catch, but the young man made a great play.
Absolutely what Noxubee had to have. And they strike on a first down and 10 play. And now this is of absolute must. Down 9. Taylor flips on a reverse. It's a throwback to the quarterback. Taylor, he's in on a trick play. To the running back. Wicks flipped back to the receiver, throwing back left to the quarterback. Taylor into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And when you need the play of the year, if you're Noxubee, you pull the rabbit out of the hat. Let's go down for a C Spire sideline report. Caleb, that's good enough that I've got to get your instant reaction from being down there right on top of it.
I mean, that's completely turned the tide of this game, Josh. You can even feel it in the energy in this stadium. That's exactly what this team needed. Not only did Welch get the touchdown, he's the one that makes the throw on the 2-point conversion. An absolute must answer that Noxubee County gets.
5 plays, 75 yards in a minute, 21 seconds for that Kirk Auto scoring summary. In the 58-yard touchdown by Taylor to Welch. And now Taylor, his William Carey stat tracker, 25 of 41 for 352 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, young man throwing at 61%. He has really stepped it up here. And what we've seen where Noxubee County is throwing the football, Winona's rushing the football. Noxubee County only has 22 yards on 11 rushing attempts. And just, you know, 2 different styles of offense here tonight, but this is turning out to be what we expected it to be with 5 minutes to go in this game.
The crowd that is watching along the network is getting the highlight reel package of Camario Taylor. And it is the kickoff now. It's going to be a squib kick on a onside kick, and I'm not sure that it went the required 10 yards. And even more so than that, there is a flag down on the play.
Yeah, Noxubee crossed the line before the ball was kicked there, guys.
Obviously, you decline that. I don't know if an onside kick was time for that. I'm playing for field position if I'm Coach Young.
Guys, I don't know if you can take that or not. I think they were starting to blow the whistle before the ball was even recovered.
Winona's offense coming out of the field.
Illegal formation against the kicking team. Only 3 members were on one side of the kicker. The ball will be placed 5 yards back. Replay the kick.
All right, so the offenses are coming back off the field.
Yeah, three linemen on one side. You've got to have 4. I thought that could be declined and they could take it over, but I stand corrected. So they'll move them back 5 yards and try it again. And I guarantee you this time, Coach Joey Tompkins is going to have his hands team up ready to go there. Looks like they are bringing more of a hands team on the field right now for this situation.
34-27, Winona on top by 7. At one point in this second half, it was 19-6 coming out of the locker room. And it was 28 unanswered by Winona. And then when Noxubee absolutely had to convert on a 4th down, they did. Camario Taylor hooking up with brother Jaden Taylor to get the first down. And then on the very next play, it was Taylor to Welch for 58 yards. And then Welch returns the favor to Taylor on the wide receiver back to the quarterback, toss back on a 2-point conversion. We've got ourselves a 7-point game here inside this Buffalo Wild Wings 4th quarter. These championships never disappoint. Always the entertainment value. So from the 35-yard line, it is Noxubee to kick off. And this one is going to be boomed deep. This is going to hit and be fielded at around the 9-yard line. Didn't trust it to go out of bounds and be tackled at the 11. And let's go back down to a C Spire sideline report. Couldn't tell from our angle, but that looked like that it was angling out of bounds, Caleb.
Yeah, it was really close there, Josh. And, you know, with an oblong football like that in this wet turf, you never really know how it's going to bounce. And I understand on the Winona side why you return it, but, yeah, to the naked eye, that's a decision that's quite it's on one side or the other, the fishing line. It's razor thin whether or not you should do it or not.
But for Coach Teddy Young, it's what you need to do. You want to kick that ball deep for field position. If you could play defense, and you've done really well most of the night, with that defensive line, you get the ball back around midfield with a chance to tie this ball game.
So here is 3A Mr. Football. You put the ball in his hands out of the gun on 1st and 10 from the 11. He'll pull, he'll keep, and he'll be dropped for a loss of 1. There were 4 or 5 red jerseys right on top of him. And there's a flag down.
Looks like it's going to be a face mask against Noxubee. Got a little grabby there, trying to make a play. Like Richardson slipped when he caught that snap there, but
Personal foul, face mask against the defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot results in a first down.
tough penalty.
And guys, a quick injury update for you. Mosley for Noxubee County will not return in this game.
Yeah, young man played such a good game, like he had a concussion or sometime, I'm not going to speculate, but he had some type of a head injury that was did not look good.
1st down and 10 from the 26-yard line. Richardson going to bring Eden in motion, behind him out of the gun. They'll swing it out of the backfield to him at the 25-30. Turns the corner and flushed out of bounds with a Mississippi Air National Guard 1st down, right at the sticks, it appears.
I like that play. You bring Eden in motion, the speedy guy, and they're trying to chase him down, and a good throw from Richardson there, and he's able to get around to the corner and get a 1st down.
So again, the Mississippi Air National Guard 1st down at the 36-yard line, down at just 4:16 clock moving here inside this Buffalo Wild Wings 4th quarter. Trips left, single receiver right. Richardson going to let that play clock tick down under 10 seconds. Has it back to his right, it's Nash. This time swinging out right side to Eden. And as the ball was snapped, the play was blown dead.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
Yeah, guys, it's that stuff that Coach Young of Noxubee County was trying to point out earlier. Just the right tackle, rocking as that snap was about to come back, and they've called it a couple more times here in the second half.
Yeah, that tackle's big TJ Lockhart. When he moves, you can see it. Big fella down there.
14 penalties for 82 yards for Winona. Excuse me, 9 penalties for Winona, 13 for Noxubee, 23 combined. And on a handoff here, there's another flag down, and I believe it's going to be a similar call here, Caleb.
Yeah, and to add details to what Brandon was talking about, Lockhart, 6'3", 380, and on that frame, 380 doesn't look like a fat guy. He's well built with that 380 pounds, and he's easy to see.
On the offense, 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
Poor Joey Tompkins, he is just wringing his hands right now of these mental mistakes and false starts that he's had tonight. He wants to close this one out, and this is not doing him any favors.
So 1st down and 20 coming up, 3:28 clock moving here in this 4th quarter. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Richardson and Winona in a hole. Richardson trying to run the left side. He does, gets the edge. 35-40, Richardson's taken off, and he slides down at the 40-yard line with the 1st down.
Sorry about that, Josh. Quarterback power and the linebackers just got caught up in too much pursuit. Good blocking on the guard, pulling around, and Richardson went just down the field. And what a smart veteran move, just to slide down, knowing you just want to burn clock right here.
Doesn't need a 2-touchdown lead, would rather not give the ball at all back to Noxubee.
Smart move.
1st down and 10, another Mississippi Air National Guard 1st down. Probably one of the smartest plays I've ever seen in these championships. It was a gain of 31 yards, but it would have been a touchdown if he wanted it, and
Easily,
he didn't.
Easily a touchdown. It just shows you how selfless that young man is, looking at the team approach and then just falling down.
Winona, their 2nd charge time of the half.
So a timeout on the field, 2:38 to go in the ball game. 34-27. Winona looking at a 1st down and 10 when we come back. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the State Championships Radio Network. at the Noxubee 43-yard line, leading at 34-27. Richardson working out of the gun, brings his man out of the slot left in motion, pulls, keeps inside the 40, pushes the pile down to the 36-yard line. And for the first time tonight, you really looks like that the wind's kind of out of the sails of Noxubee a little bit.
Yeah, that, and when you see big TJ Lockhart pulling around your way from the tackle area, just a quarterback power back up what we'd call the B gap there, and they just did a great job of executing it, and they're just trying to churn this clock. Noxubee with 2 timeouts. I would think that Coach Young would try to do something to conserve some of this clock.
On 2nd down and 4. Again from the gun. Richardson hands it off this time, and a gain of 1 brings up now 3rd down and 3. And Noxubee will burn one of their 2 remaining timeouts.
Yeah, zone read there. Richardson probably should have kept that one. He maybe gets the first down, ends this game, but nonetheless, he gives it off there, and Coach Young calling one of his 2 timeouts that he had remaining.
Timeout, Winona.
Caleb, as we look across the stadium to the Winona side of the stadium, it certainly seems like a fan base from Winona that's starting to feel it.
Well, Winona just a stone's throw away from Oxford on your way up here up Highway 50 or Interstate 55. And these people have been hungry for a state championship ever since they began playing football all the way back in 1905. As you sent me a picture earlier this week of a write-up of Mississippi's pretty much one of their first ever high school football teams. They've been waiting for a long time to see a championship come back to their county. And right now they can smell one.
3rd down and 2. They're 6 feet away from one right here. And I'm not so sure you don't take 2 plays to get it and win the championship.
Whatever it takes. You got third and 2. I mean, I think you get a first down here, the game's over.
Doesn't matter whether you were to give the ball to Taylor at the 2-yard line or give it to him at the 35-yard line with any time left. He's so good. Richardson runs forward. He's got the first down. A Mississippi Air National Guard first down. And that's pretty much going to do it here tonight, because Noxubee only with 1 timeout remaining, trailing Winona 34-27.
They're going to set the chains. When they do that, that clock's just going to continue to tick. Showing 2 timeouts on the board for Noxubee County. I thought they only had 1.
They did. They just took it off Winona's side by mistake.
Richardson not letting it out of his hands. He'll break into the open at the 10, at the 5, and he's down at the 3.
Just imposing his will. He is running toward 300 yards on the ground for a quarterback, which is pretty remarkable. We talked about him. He come into the game with almost 1,229 yards, and he's just had a remarkable game tonight.
Another Mississippi Air National Guard first down inside the Raisin Canes red zone. Winona is only going to have to snap it 1 or 2 more times.
Looking at this William Carey stat tracker that I told you about, 28 attempts for 294 yards, 4 touchdowns, 10.5-yard average for Richardson.
Victory formation now for Winona. And it's down to 47 seconds left. It's all over, but the celebrating for these Tigers that are about to move to 15-0 in the heartbreak for Noxubee, who's going to lose their 4th title in the last 5 years. A loss in the title game in 19, 20, 22, and now in 23. And with 21 seconds left, they'll snap it 1 more time and begin the celebration. Richardson backpedals, takes a knee, and the Winona Tigers throwing helmets, running out of the field, jumping around and celebrating. The final 5 seconds ticking off the clock. 3, 2, 1, and it's over. And for the first time in program history, you can put an exclamation point on these football Tigers. They've put the win in Winona as they are state champions for the first time in football in program history.
Just remarkable. I mean, all the credit to this coaching staff. Now, obviously, the kids had to come out here to execute, but Joey Tompkins going into the half knew he had to settle them down. He knew they took Noxubee's best punch. Coming out here in the second half, just a remarkable turnaround. So much dominance here. Congratulations to him and that staff. And I know there's going to be a lot of happy folks on Highway 82 in Winona tonight.
Let's go down to Caleb Hamill. He's standing by with Richardson.
Chase, this was a terrific game all night long. You finished just under 300 yards. What did it take to lead your team to their first ever state title tonight?
We knew hard work and dedication. We knew we could never give up. We knew we had to stay as a team, never let our head down, because we got down in the first quarter. But, yeah, playing as a team.
This whole community loves the game of football, and they've been waiting. They've been hungry for a state championship. What does it mean to bring it back to Winona?
It means everything, man. The fans don't remember this forever. They gave us support all year, and it helped us a lot.
How does it feel to be in the forever legendary status here at Winona High School?
Man, it's an honor, man. I just thank God. Like, we've been asking for this since little kids. I really thank God for it.
Go celebrate with your team. Congratulations, you're a state champion. Guys.
Great job, Caleb. He started as a ninth grader, then sat out his sophomore year. He had filled in as a ninth grader and then is able to work through and continue to progress, and he's a champion to end his senior season. We'll step aside for our final break. We'll step aside for 3 minutes and continue with more of our postgame show. Our Pine Straw, Mississippi postgame show kicks off when we come back. Winona champions 34-27 and 3A over Noxubee County for the first time in program history. Back in a moment. You're listening to the State Championship Radio Network. Winona over Noxubee for the first championship in program history. And we're keeping an eye on Caleb Hamill to see if he does get coach. But Brandon, when you look at our final William Carey stat tracker, what do you see?
I'll tell you, 68 plays for Winona, 515 yards. It's pretty impressive. But add to that, 46 of those were rushing plays for 380 yards. And when you can do that, you can beat about any team. Just so impressed. Winona held the ball for 30 minutes, 51 seconds compared to Noxubee County, 17 minutes and 9 seconds. Third down conversion, 7 of 15 for Winona, 3 of 10 for Noxubee County. But again, going back to the rushing effort of what Winona did, 380 yards on the ground is unbelievable by any team. So congratulations to them.
Certainly a family affair with that team at Winona, from the Lockharts to the Richardsons to the Baileys to the Helms. Just so many twins and brothers and coaches that have been there for so many years. And as they get their hands on the goal ball down on the field and begin their celebration, I'm wanting to see, I had a look at Caleb Hamill, and I'm seeing if Caleb is finding his way through there.
I've got him, guys.
All right, let's go down to Caleb Hamill with Coach.
Coach Joey Tompkins, this was a game where your team had guts all evening long. You took adjustments out of the locker. You told me at the end of the first half you got a lot of small things and small penalties you had to get fixed. Boy, did you have your guys respond in a big way.
Oh, they did. I mean, we had to change some stuff up on defense. I mean, offensively, if we just stayed in front of the chains, we were okay, and we just kept getting behind the chains and behind the chains. And, you know, that's one of those things that, I guess, difference in the atmosphere and everything. We never had that many false starts. And so, obviously, we still had them in the second half, but defensively, man, we just changed it up a little bit, and we said, heck, let our best players go get the quarterback. So that's what we did.
Chase Richardson is a special player for this team. He led your program to this state championship. What has it been like coaching him through this and into the state championship?
Well, he's the best player in the state. I'm telling you that right now. I mean, I've said that from day one. He is a great young man, like nobody else. He's just one of a kind, man. We're glad to have him, I promise you.
I asked Chase this, and I'll ask you the same question. What does this mean for the community of Winona?
Words can't describe.
Thank you so much, Coach. Congratulations. Guys.
Caleb way to tie a bow on the C Spires sideline reports in this 3A championship of the 34-27 win for Winona over Noxubee County. It was the second state championship appearance for Winona in program history, their first since 2017, where they lost 41-26 to Taylorsville. They avenged that today, and they moved to 3-2 all-time against Noxubee, and that is now back-to-back wins for Winona over Noxubee County. And with that, I turn to Brandon Davis for the final time in our booth coverage for our player of the game. Our player of the game is brought to you by Parish Tractor. We already talked to him. Chase Richardson won a day in a championship performance.
Yeah, you know, he's an all-star. And I agree with Coach Thomas. He's one of the better players we've seen this weekend, and not a lot of people know about this young man. And we talked about that coming in. These were two quarterbacks a lot of people didn't know about, but we knew that they were outstanding. And what can you say about him throughout the game? 135 yards through the air, 294 on the ground, 4 total touchdowns. That's pretty impressive in any league by any player. Congratulations to that young man. He helped his team win the championship.
Well, it's been fast and furious here in the booth, and what a game it was. Two teams that combined for a grand total of 61 points, and they combined for a whole lot of offense here. It was about 800-plus yards of total offense of the fireworks that we saw between Taylor and Richardson, a matchup at quarterback that was as good as advertised. Congratulations once again to Winona, 34-27 over Noxubee County. When we come back, we'll step into our Pine Straw of Mississippi tailgate show with Breck Riley, and then coming up in about 55 minutes from now or so, it'll be the finale this week, the inaugural 7A championship with Ben Ingram, Jared Schatz, and Brandon Davis on the call. For Caleb Hamill and for Kyle Harris, as well as Bill Wilson, Breck Riley, for Brandon Davis, I'm Josh West saying so long for now. Keep it with us. Pine Straw Mississippi Tailgate Show with Breck Riley coming up next. We'll be back in 3 minutes on the State Championships Radio Network.